It's a perpetual license. Oh yeah, it's perpetual.
Mm-hmm.
But you better not update your computer, like, or anything.
Soon.
Like, get a few OSs
Perpetual
ahead.
ass
Oh,
fucking.
yeah. Oh, and then they get stuck, and they're like back on some old version, and they can never move forward, and they're like, yeah.
All right, I'll set up the broadcast now.
Even in the major apps, it's like that.
Broadcast set up. I'm gonna have a quick chat before we get into it. Do it
I
now.
don't know.
It's almost 8.
Might
Yeah.
as well.
Set it up. To EP5. Smashing through.
Let's 1 a.m. Central Time. Yeah, if we start, that's not a bad time to start. I mean, if we oh, what is it, 8 o'clock? If we start at 7, that could be. I don't know if it'll always work, but well, what time is it for you? It's 7 nearly, so that
Yeah,
wouldn't be
nearly
bad.
10 to 7.
Yeah, if we started at 7 and then it's like 1 in Central, so then it's like 2 or 3, and then it's the midnight shift.
5, 3.
Midnight is daylight.
Tracking has a.
You know what? I can solve all of this, really, to be fair, pretty quickly.
Punch it in the face.
Just buy a license of fucking Windows license. It's still like basically all I need, and then I can just run Windows on Mac, and then just
Yeah.
be done with it. Tedious.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. We're up.
but but then there is the effort. Like I can just continue working on what I'm working on, and we'll have
No, we're up. We're live. We're good.
like I sort of think like that maybe what, like, for example, that like the 2D version of like the thing that we do, like the thing that we're doing now,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
versus the VR version,
Which would be the full 360.
yeah. But then having, like, if we had like a mode where so the output is camera head, but then it's like a special set, which at the background is basically a flat plate, like it's a video screen like behind us, like basically is right now.
Yeah.
And then we're there. So what we're outputting is actually like a flat version, like where the camera doesn't move, like we're in a fixed field,
Mm-hmm.
and then and if the input basically removes all kind of mobility, and then it's just using, it doesn't, like it's not using the VR. It's like if we were to log in via like our desktops, then it would use like our camera to just do the face thing or something. I don't know.
Yep.
Like,
Like face capture and then
yeah.
animate the characters within the program.
Oh, no. Like, so they're not very much. Like it's basically what it's like AVAKIT's doing.
Yeah.
Versus, because what I'd be really interested in is if we could do something like where we're using we're using like the hand controls on the Vive or the
Yeah.
Quest to move us around, and you turn to that level, but then you're using AVAKIT type software to capture the more nuanced movement, and you're sort of marrying the two movements together,
Mm-hmm.
like the sticks and the um, so you've got like larger scale mobility. But it'd be quite interesting because if you're actually then making an application that's really dedicated to purpose, imagine that like on the controllers, like you'd have like automatic sit or like way, like like there'd just be like the way you could have a lot of the sort of that kind of controllers. It'd be interesting. How's the M this week?
Yeah, doing all right. Had the in the office experience, which was cool. Instead of having to go out and about in the field,
Mm.
it's pleasant. It's nice to do it once every 4 weeks. Have that little inside time.
Yeah.
But obviously, you saw from the having lots of fun with the um, AI picture experiences.
I kind of started wondering, like, I thought I'd seen some of those images before. I wondered if that was like some just repository or other people have like
Probably,
shared
and
things
and
out
then
of it.
they've probably grabbed them and then shared them out from
Mm.
that repository.
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, blurst AI.
I found I found a
Oh,
gun this week.
in your travels, little pop gun.
Yeah, I did. So now I'm armed.
Hmm,
I got a weapon.
that's it.
Uh,
Weaponized
Um,
cyber with the
well,
cap gun.
did I send you the thing from the Onion this week about like the guy pointing the gun at his own head?
And threatening to kill himself if he didn't get gun rights. Is that the one?
No, no, no. He wanted. He not. What he needed was like. So he woke up something like basically he wakes up one day and he realizes that he's the one pointing the gun at his own head,
Mm-hmm.
threatening to kill him.
Yeah.
And so he's had to like learn how to use a gun in his left hand, so he can point a gun at him. Can point a gun at himself. He's pointing a gun at himself,
Yeah. Yeah.
to make himself.
That's
So
it.
then he feels safer.
Yep. Yep. Because he
So
knows
he
he's in,
needs
he's
to.
in control of his own destiny by having the gun on his own head. Yeah.
Well, also no
I
pointing a
get
gun
that.
at the point. Oh, the
Pointing a
layers,
gun
man.
at
Like,
the problem in his life, making
yeah,
sure
his
the
own
problem in
head.
his life is under control by pointing a gun at it.
Yeah. So he
Interesting
needed two
concept.
guns. It's
Interesting
layers
concept.
of gun layers.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the Onions really had a bit of a return. Hey,
Mm.
like I don't know, like I wouldn't say
Well,
fall out of
the
fate, but they sort
bee
of fell
and
out of
not the
content.
bee has also had a bit of fun as well. Like not the bee is like you know,
What's not the bee?
well, not the bee is supposed to be a non-parity site. So the bee is a parity site, and not the bee is supposed to be like the opposite of the bee. And
Okay.
it's meant to be like a non-parity site, but it's so fucking close to parity. It's hard to tell the distinguish between the bee and not the bee. To be or not the bee.
Bee or not the bee?
Because my favourite tuber, RGE, it's been pulling up quite a few not the bee articles and going, well, is it truth? Is it fiction? Is it, how close is this to reality after these stories?
Well, everything's true. I mean,
Mm.
everything's real. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
no, everything's. Yeah, it's. I don't know. Look, far out, man.
A
Like,
case of that
after
whole, you tell the lie, numerous and numerous times, and you tell the lie enough, and then repeat it enough, then it becomes truth even to yourself. The lie even becomes truth to yourself.
I mean, if you're wanting that kind of like, yeah, like where you've got a distortion going
Mm.
on. I mean, like, so okay, it's interesting.
Because
Yeah, I
really,
mean,
the only truth is the truth that it is true to you, isn't it? Truth that is your story.
is there
Wouldn't
a
it be?
ground truth?
But I did come to a
Yeah.
self-realization, that I'm not poor, which was probably one of the biggest things this week that I've done,
Yeah, yeah. That
not being actually poor. See, I thought I was
like
poor,
having
but
no,
I'm not actually poor.
yeah, being broke, having no
Mm,
money. Yeah, like that was amazing. Like actually having listening to like in that scenario,
mm,
that your paycheck lands and you're like, when's it fucking gonna land? And then
mm, mm.
and then waiting an hour, it's an hour late, and you're sort of
Yeah.
refreshing, and then
And bang out
hoping
comes the
that so
rent,
you can get
bang
some
out
food
comes
to yeah,
electricity, bang out comes all the bills, and
yeah.
and then
Well, and you just also so you could buy some food for the
mm,
youngling
yeah,
that
yeah,
night. We're sitting there, tummy growling, struggling,
that's it.
you know,
And
and
happiness all round.
for a day or two. Well, how many days did it last you?
Well, until it was gone. Only probably what
Yeah,
less than a week.
less
Supposed
than
to
a week.
last a fortnight, but yeah, less than a week
Less,
after the bills were paid and
less than
everything
a week.
disappeared.
But you're not actually broke.
No, no, I'm actually quite well
Oh,
off. I'm well off because I can
okay.
I can
Yeah, yeah.
afford all those things, but yeah, those around me are the
Mm,
ones that are actually broke, not me, because they have no income.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a
Uh,
definite epiphany. Definite epiphany.
yeah, I mean, you're like a mini sort of doll, really, aren't you? You're like, just support
Mm,
like a but
mm.
multiple people.
That's it. Mini
What do
governmental
you think the
ser
maximum number? What do you
micro
think
version of governmental services.
the governmental services? You know how much the signing queues for that shit. You need to start putting some like things in. Like if people want things, they've got to actually write it down, a signed
They've got to,
document,
yeah,
like on the proper way. Like,
create a
and if
document
they
to
put the
actually order it. You know, oh,
from you,
you would like a glass of water from my tap, then
yeah,
you need to fill
yeah,
out form 51B,
51B,
requesting
and if you
glass of
if
water.
and then you come back, like you
Mm,
review the form,
mm-hmm.
you know, at,
You know,
as you can, as you
look, I
get
know
to it.
you're really thirsty, but
Yeah,
we're gonna have to put this through the
your
yeah,
name was signed outside the line.
correct.
There's
Yeah.
the box here. You need to sign within the
The form
box.
you actually
Yeah,
filled out is now invalid. So you'll have
invalid.
to refill out the form again,
Yeah,
and there is
yeah,
a
yeah,
cooling off period of 3 days before the form can be resubmitted.
yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Get people so frustrated that they'll just go outside and get their own water.
They actually get water. So,
Go
yeah,
somewhere else to get water.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I think it's a challenging
But I
thing,
was
but
actually quite proud of my youngling.
oh,
He bought his own dinner tonight because he had money left over from his Xmas giftings.
uh-huh.
So he bought himself some dinner and he lent his dad a little bit of money so I could get some apple ciders tonight. So
Well,
yeah, that's it.
that's okay.
We've turned the corner on
Co
that one.
contributing.
That's it.
What the fuck?
Codependency and contributing is a good thing.
Well, well,
Making the
yeah,
making the parental
the
unit very happy. You know,
the correct word there,
yeah.
unfortunately, is interdependent, not
He will
codependent.
get that, the gift back that he gave.
Oh, I'm sure he'll like have a
He'll,
special document.
yeah, it's it. He'll get the funding back, probably with some interest because his parental unit is quite generous in that manner.
Uh, as a thank you
He
for
may
the
get a
recognition.
10% interest on the fitty that he
10%.
lent, so he'll get
The
55 back.
fitty.
Yeah, he'll get 10%
Fitty.
back.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
lend a fitty and then get 55 back. So he'll make 10%, GST on
That's
top
good.
of the
Just gets
the
cover his
10%
GST costs in
GST.
the future.
That's
Yeah,
it.
right.
Cover the GST costs for 10%. $5.
I mean,
My generosity as a parental unit is unbounding. So those who are wondering, Sai had some problems with his AVAKIT tonight. It wouldn't load, so I'm having to load both avatars on my computer like the olden days before we
mm,
found AVAKIT. Reusing the WeCam and special feed from Facebook to animate his character tonight.
Nice.
So the
Nice. Well,
lip sync may be a little bit out, but the
oh yeah.
animations will
And
be.
I
The hands
I
will
won't be
move
moving in my same smooth
smooth way.
they would move.
Yeah.
Maybe I've got enough built-in muscle memory
But at least your
that I will.
character's
Who
well,
knows?
like because both characters are being
I'll be
generated
high
locally.
quality.
You're on high quality mode tonight, so the
Yeah.
downfall is
This is the
the
trade-off. I
lip
can
sync
look
will be
great.
slightly out, but the character will be extremely high quality this evening. Yeah,
So I've either got look great and
look
like
great
be wonky,
with a bad
or
audio and a little bit of wonkiness, or slightly blurry but good lip sync and
yeah,
full
yeah.
control from the other end.
That's it. It's amazing.
Mm. The things we have to do to get that the real cheap going. And I'm glad I mean, it's what we're up to season 3, episode 5 now. So it's quite an effort. I think we've done really well, if you ask me. I think it's been
Mm.
quite
Mm.
successful.
Yeah, I mean we've I
In its
think what
own
we've
way.
been success well, I think what we've been successful at is very much so is in the first instance is
Mm.
managing to consistently communicate like once a
Yeah,
week. You know, like that's a thing to do with a friend. It's a thing. You know, it's a good thing to do. And
I don't know where your character disappeared to. There we go. Now you're back.
I I wonder what Fenty's like in this way. Fenty must be a little
Oh,
different too.
Mega Penty.
Let's make a Fenty,
Just
is
trying to
it?
reset your avatar's position again. Hang on, there we go. Oh, right. Turn tracking off.
It
And
doesn't.
back on. So it should grab you in a second. Go. And you're back. Whoa. Suddenly became very close. Okay.
Wonkus. And I'm
Willy
flying
Wonksters.
blind. It's
Willy
great.
Wonksters. That's it.
So yeah, I mean I did some good Unity work today in
Mm.
my learnings in junior programmer
Yep.
stream. And it's like it's nice the unveilings. Like I like I'm going a little further. I'm doing a few more things. So I'm up to this like we're building this application where it's basically well, one way you could look at it would be a vertical, like a scrolling shooter, but it's not that. It's like you're stationary and things are coming towards you, so they're just moving down, and you're shooting things up. And so they're teaching you sort of a bunch of stuff around how to instantiate things, like, you know, and yeah, it's good. Like this sort of those aha moments, like learning their language, like what a prefab is means, you know, like it's not just an object, but it's
Mm.
like a object with a bunch of scripts and everything all attached and preset with it. You know, so you could like have like maybe like a skeleton, you know, and then
Mm-hmm.
the skeleton has all these things like, oh, if player is within blah blah blah, and audio is, you know, all these like detection settings and stuff, and then you can just chuck a skeleton somewhere, and then it will just behave that way. You know,
Yep.
it'll just start doing those things. You don't have to keep reattaching all the shit to it.
Mm.
So, uh, and then, um,
I think our next thing
yeah,
is to get used to the um, using the tools, the Unity tools, the 3D
that
creation
totally.
tools.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the tools in Unity to create with are very, very nothing.
Mm.
They're not nothing, but if you
So
like, they do have a
will you end up running Blender to create your
yeah,
3D
yeah.
stuff? Yeah.
I've got
Cool.
Blender installed, and but also I'll just go get assets.
Yeah.
Like just go and get assets. Like
Asset packs.
build what? Fuck it.
Just
There was
import.
those, and
That's
this
the
there's a
best thing about
reason, you
Blender is
know,
the whole asset pack um, importation system.
being able to do things with
Mm.
them. But and I just sort of also, I don't know, like people like uh you know, people like, I don't know, like for example, Dean Ervik,
Mm,
classic. He's an artist, like
yeah,
he's a real creator in
yeah.
my mind. I think he can, like, I was actually never the artist. I'm a designer. It would have been
Mm,
really interesting, like understanding that, like those things back then. I don't think we really understood those kind of workflow elements. I mean, if we had, maybe that would have been handy. Like,
yeah.
one person's making the characters, another person's like building scenes and laying them, putting like camera work
Creating
and stuff.
um
Like that's, yeah, I'm a
the
more,
actions
yeah,
and the
like,
movements for them.
yeah, yeah, and so, yeah, me sitting there making like some detailed model just bore me senseless. Like it's too slow. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would, I'd happily like use much more advanced sort of 3D interfaces to do that, but still not like, because I'm just not a creative. Like I'm just not. If I've got tools that really support me, I can do things that look pretty cool.
Well, that's why I'm really happy about things like the
Mm.
that we're using at the moment, which is uh the AVAKIT
Like
and um
like stable diffusion type things, and I don't know. Do you mean like that? The AI
I think
stuff?
more like the VROID studio, the to being able to
Yeah, totally.
create
Hey,
characters,
yeah, exactly. Hey,
instead of having to
like,
go, through that
oh,
whole tediousness of
the
building, the
tediousness.
characters themselves, but rather just being
Yeah.
able to have a base character and then
Mm,
being able to manipulate it like you would a normal character creation system in the start of a game, when
mm.
you're playing like
It's,
Conan or things like that, where you
yeah,
Sims 4, where you build your and customize your little character. It makes it so much easier if you can build something that way rather than having to go through the whole process of, you know, sculpting and building and creating the hair and you know what I mean? Like there's a lot more
yeah,
options in a VROID studio than there would be in the us sitting down and actually creating the characters through Blender ourselves,
oh
individually.
no,
I mean,
I'd probably have a break. I don't know if I would have
yeah.
a. I'm just not good enough. I'm just not skilled.
No, well, the ability to be able
Just
to
don't
create
have
the
the
character
skills.
in VROID and then import it into Blender
Mm.
and
Oh,
then
and then I could do something.
tweak
Yeah,
things. You
totally.
know what I mean? Like create the tweaking or, the additional things that'll pop up with the character when you use
Yeah,
the, animations or add
yeah,
additional animations to it. And that
yeah,
makes it so much more easier,
yeah.
versus what we were doing
The
back in what fucking, late 90s,
night or early '90s,
early
yeah,
90s to late
yeah, for
90s,
me,
yeah.
yeah.
How
That's
much
like,
how much effort was required just to create a fucking 3D model, you know what I mean? Versus
yeah, sure.
the tools where,
Well, and
you can
funnily enough, most of the
build
tools,
yourself an avatar now in 5 minutes using VROID Studio,
yeah.
and then maybe another 2 or 3 hours customizing the costume or the jewelry and affectations, tattoos, and whatever else you're going to put into it.
I mean, particle systems, I think, are new, like particle systems, and the way that they do things is new. Well, not new now. I mean, but from
Mm,
then, they what
mm.
the particle systems was first being explored, sort of like mid '90s,
Yeah, yeah. That's when they
the
first
very beginning
turned up.
ones,
Yeah.
and but yeah, I think, like, if you go into Blender or whatever today, you'll have your basic primitives. I mean, because it's not
Mm.
like there's any other thing to make.
No.
You'll have a mesh surface.
Yeah.
You'll have something which can make a path and then extrude or like lathe or fucking all sorts of things along a path, or like to make tubes or
Yeah.
surfaces. And there'll be something which can allow you to like edit to a face, an edge, or a point.
Mm.
Usually, like, you'll be able to do those kind of like levels of editing, and you'll be able to like translate and rotate any of those things. There'll be like something that can like group stuff together. And then there's like, you'll be able to assign properties to each piece of it. And then the other kind of thing too now, like, here's something that's changed from like, definitely would be like UVs. So like, where the direction, the texture, like the normals of faces. And so
Yeah.
if you go around the back of a face, it's like invisible or something like that. Like it
Mm-hmm.
only like things
Mm.
face a certain way, and that helps like lights know how to bounce
Well,
stuff
that
off. Like so, I
still
think that
still
normals that's a
exists.
bit newer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you go to like the most fancy software today, like it uses still most of the things that we
Were cut our
use.
teeth on back in the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the same
Yeah.
shit, which is that's
Just
also a bit
just a little bit
frustrating.
more advanced than what it was. Yeah.
Quicker,
Mm. A little bit
a
more
little bit more
refined.
advanced, but quicker,
Mm.
quicker. Yeah, look, I'm going to learn Blender after I've got enough Unity in me, and I'm doing
Yeah.
that. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
because I was actually looking at stuff, like, and I was thinking about like some of the games I want to make, like, or stories I want to tell,
Mm.
rather. Stories, I guess, is more what they are. Is
Well, I was going to look at Blender as more the creation of the 3D objects that the characters can
Yeah.
hold and
Oh,
wear, like hats and you know,
yeah.
um, you know, tools and things like that. Like I was
I
going to
like
look at it
even
from that
in,
side
yeah, because
because
it could.
AVAKIT allows you to do, and same with the
Oh, like so you could have a really nice carton
magic
of
mirror.
beer
Yes,
in your
yeah, I
hand.
could actually have a
Yeah.
proper can, you know,
Mm.
and then wrap the texture around the outside. So
Easy,
rather than being
easy.
flat, it'll be an actual
Yeah.
3D object.
Yeah. Well, that's a lathe.
Hmm.
That's a whatever the system uses. But I think like, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll definitely be able to do that. I think we'll be able to use. That like there's a whole realm now of like this kind of almost stylistic blocky art. Being able to just tell stories with characters that are sort of simple
Hmm.
enough that you could, that a non-artist can make them in 3D, such as myself, and then just rely basically on design skills to make a little lizard creature or whatever. And it doesn't have to look particularly anything. I like the bones systems, and I think and I'm really curious to see. I mean, obviously it works. I don't know how it does, but
Hmm.
there's something that like Unity when it imports things from, for example, Blender or Maya or wherever you're building it,
Yeah.
like um, when it imports, it seems to be able to import like bones and animation. So so you can have like all of that kind of you could uh, motion stuff happening in something like Blender and have that recorded to have like predefined little running motions and things. And I don't know, maybe in a year or
Well, a
two,
lot of
like
that
being
could
able
be
to have
done
like
with the what's the other
mocap stuff,
mocap and the dance and sing, like
dance and sing.
yeah, because they have like can create your whole uh like your performance, and then those
Oh,
scripts can be then loaded in,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
especially things like um animes. Animes will load those scripts, no worries,
Hmm.
and then actually animate the character to the script. You know what I mean? Because and you can add those animations to the character, like have them when the VRML character loads, it has those as scripts. So like
Oh, yep, yep.
say for instance, your character's a werewolf. You could have a button you can press which will change your character and go into werewolf mode. You know what I mean? So change your character
Yep.
from the standard what it looks like into the other the modified or changed character. Which is another thing to look into, which
Hmm.
I will.
The things.
Many things.
Library level. This
Mm.
year we'll be doing this shit at library level.
So
Doing the libraries.
So
I'm amazed.
I'm
Like
slowly
I'm
changing
amazed
the
at
backgrounds. You should actually have a instance loaded, but the sound off, so you can see like
hey
load.
man,
Yeah. load it up so
I'm
you can
going
see
to.
what's actually going on in the background. Because I'm slowly changing the backgrounds. I've got that wizard scene where he goes into the bar and he's like drinking and partying on with the crew. So slowly but surely, as we're advancing, he's going through his motions of, he's just
You're
entered the
just
bar and then he's grabbed some drinks and now he's sculling a bottle. All the people partying around
I
him.
see.
The
I've got him
Grand
having.
Wizard,
He's
the
not
Grand
to where
Wizard.
he's having a spliff
Yeah.
or something like that.
No, he's just smashing down a bottle of booze at the
Oh, it's a
moment.
bottle. It's a bottle.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
But yeah, the spliff and the pills and the lines come up next. They'll be right up into the point that he gets into the big fight and then burns the place down. Final scene, him leaving lying at the front while the place is burning to the ground. But yeah, what a
I'm just trying to
collection of.
see how far the delay is at the moment,
Hmm.
just so I know what's going on.
A
Wow, how much is the delay?
bit.
I wonder.
There we go.
Like minutes?
Probably about 30 seconds, if more than anything.
No, so my
30,
hands are
30 to
upright at the
40,
moment.
30 to 40 seconds.
Okay, so my hands just started going upright, so I'm just going to put them down.
Yeah, and they're
1,000,
gone down straight away on my end.
4,000.
So yeah, just put the hands down now.
30, yeah, about 30
About 30
seconds, I
second
reckon.
delay. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that'll be how slow I am at seeing what the picture changes is
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds out behind. Hmm. That'll give me a little view. So I'm just doing that on my phone. So it's just independent of everything else.
Yeah.
Just quietly. Another little streams. Um, yeah, I'm a bit enthused by this. Look, here's the thing. So as I'm going through the junior programmer, and I've got
Mm.
like Copilot assisting me in my learning process with
Yeah.
C sharp. Um, oh,
Which is
I've got
excellent.
to really be careful that I don't turn around. It's like my brain is just really enjoying like actually like transitioning, I guess, and going like, it's as easy as programming in BASIC.
Yeah, pretty much. Just a little bit
You
different
know?
on the syntax.
Yeah, that's it.
But Visual Studio, man, brilliant,
Oh, it's good, eh?
brilliant.
I want to.
The
I
whole
just
ability.
installed the latest
Mm.
last night.
But the ability to drag and drop bloody modules into it is what makes it just so much easier than what it was previously. You know?
Yeah, and I don't even know. Like, I mean, the last time I used like Visual Studio, and this will be anyone who's listening to this, and at any time, will will not laugh, but that would be.
Aware of the pains that they go through to.
I don't know, around like 2000, I reckon like sort of around 2000 to 2000 and sort of 9, and primarily like more like 2000 and maybe 2007, 6, maybe like 5 years, 4 or 5 years.
Mm.
And it was really interesting, yeah, like fully customizing Excel and Word and Outlook and integrating things through Office, and you can do some really cool shit. That was all in Visual Basic, so that was like but in that sort of Visual Studio, but .NET and everything I didn't get into,
Mm.
moved away, and well, and really I just realized that
Well, .NET was
uh,
only really needed if it had to talk to the internet or talk to other programs. like to integrate or to
Mm.
pull data or push data to other programs, and the .NET was what you'd need to do that interfacing.
Yeah, the
Mm.
inter-process communication layer.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
That's what I felt it was.
Mm.
I may be wrong. Yeah, I'm not a programmer.
No, no.
Don't quote me on it, but that's what I felt the program
I'd say
was
that was
used
a
for.
big part of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
The .NET was the interfacing.
And I think that like maybe on Windows that's been a little bit better handled. Like I was like, how do I know which programs on my Mac have got like Apple script access so I can program them, like like make them do shit.
I mean, shit,
And
I'd give you that little all-in-one PC if you really needed a PC.
I don't think I do. Well, what I think mm,
It's got Windows already on it, and basically a camera and whatever. All you need to do is load Steam and load your account, and then load the programs on there. You pretty much have
you
an
know what? Here's
identical.
the thing. Here's the thing. Like, okay,
Mm,
last year, there was a person who offered me like, "Oh, I'll help you out, Si." You know,
build a PC.
no, financially.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, "No, you're making me weak."
Yeah,
And I've managed to survive through it. I'm still not there yet, but it's okay. It's all good. We're moving ahead now. It's all good. And and in the same way, like, yeah, you could give me that PC, and I've thought about asking if it just make me one up because you
mm.
get access to so many of them.
I could give you a
But
laptop if you needed it.
but that would actually de-incentivize me from writing my own software to fucking solve this problem.
Mm.
And it sounds like an absurd thing, like I'm just going to write some software to make some 3D characters move around and
Yeah,
things like so glibly.
because you know me, I'm always getting special tech.
I know,
Always getting
but let
handovers.
me let me let me let me let me let me have I want to have our VRMs inside a thing that we're controlling,
Yeah,
and that
you've actually
and I've written
developed and you've
developed,
done the
yeah.
code for it. Yeah, yeah.
So then we can then have our own environment because it pisses me off. Like that
Mm.
was a really interesting experience, like going into Gravity Sketch.
Yeah.
And so Gravity Sketch, you can make these things, but you can't lock the scene. You can't use
Mm.
it in any meaningful way, like as a set
Well, I'm
or
sure there is a way of doing it, but we probably just haven't come across it because we
oh,
haven't
look,
been
yeah,
playing
but it's
around
just
with it long
clunky. No,
enough.
but it doesn't. You
Mm.
can't lock it to even the realm. Like
Yeah.
I can't like lock it to a room. You move your head
Mm.
and it all just, you know,
Yeah.
it's so user centered as opposed to sort of world centered.
Mm.
In its design, it sort of doesn't work properly for the purposes, and you have no avatar in there anyway. And
Yeah.
then you go into VR chat, and it's like the most cumbersome interface. It's like, fuck. And there's, and it's just so distracting. And there's no third view. Like there's all of those things. And so
Yeah.
none of the solutions are
Having
very
that view
ideal.
where we could look at both of us, track both of us.
Mm, yeah. And so we need an application that is the studio, and that therefore can have the avatars running in it.
Yeah.
So it might be basic at first, but like if you can put bones in an object and then you can link those bones to like inputs that are being given to you by or interpolated input, then yeah, I reckon that it sounds way harder than I think it really is. Like it's
Yeah.
not that hard. Like
Mm.
it is hard, but it is because the really hard bit has all been written. You just
Already. Yeah.
yeah, you're calling the thing that's already designed to interpret the controller's information, and you're just getting like a value between -1 and 1. you know, and you're just applying that to some major movement point, the wrist or something.
Mm.
And it's moving in a three-dimensional, a vector 3 space, going wow. As you're moving the controller around, it'll just start moving the point of the hand around, and then you've got to have all of your inverse kinematics and everything plugged in really well to the model.
Yeah.
I think that's another interesting thing too, like you like being able to
Being able to
really
manipulate
tune,
the skeleton and
yeah, really tune the model
locking
so that
points in the
yeah.
skeleton. Yeah.
Mm, 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 mm. Adjusting dampeners.
So you don't overextend and stuff.
Yeah, like imagine like doing that to like as a group
Pulling
effort,
your
like
arms out of your sockets because you've
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
And so you
Haven't
well,
haven't
imagine that,
locked
hey,
it to its minimums and maximums.
like you're in, say for example, we're both in there, and then you're doing the configuration, and then as you kind of position your arm, then the other person who's in there with you, they're like adjusting the tuning on it,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can, you're not trying to do both at once. You can just
Yep.
be in position. So it's like a tailor almost. Let me adjust your model to you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You know, little sort of like just special custom tailored. Bring your pants up. There we go. Oh, that's a much better fit. Looks like it was made for you. Yeah, that's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Jiggle physics, man. We were testing out some of the jiggle physics when we
What?
were in the VR chat, remember? It's like the
That's right.
oh, okay. Yeah. Boobies go bouncy when you touch them with the other avatar's hands, and buttocks goes bouncy when you touch it. Like some of those models were pretty good, gotta admit. Like really well done.
Well, I mean, really well done in what way? Like, not realistic way.
No, I mean
Not,
like the
not
anime style character,
mhm.
you know what I mean, sort of way.
OTT sort of like.
OTT, exactly.
Mm.
So yeah, I want some Kanye teeth.
Those things look
I want
fucking
some
hideous.
titanium monster teeth.
They look like if you got like a Cybertruck
Hmm.
and just sort of
Paid like
hacked at it with
400 and
some
something
kind of
$1,000 American to get them done.
and like just hacked at it, like hacked at it with like a I don't know, some kind of whatever kind of
Hmm.
saw can like cut through titanium, and you just roughly cut through. It looked terrible.
Yeah. Well, maybe they were just the preliminaries. Like you'll get them customized later on with the because it looked like a grill really to me. Didn't look like it was actually teeth. It just looked like a grill
Like
over top
if you're
of
going to go
teeth.
to that level, here's the
Hmm.
thing, right? I mean, I reckon if why why not just get like all your teeth, like get the implants,
Hmm.
and then you can do individual teeth,
Yep.
say,
Yep.
and then you just get like fully like 3D printed sculpt, like super fine sculpted, like each
Hmm.
one's like a imagine like having like the top of your
I did
mouth
like
being
the
like all of the
canine
Marvel
sides, like the
characters.
pointy parts of it, but it needed to have definition rather than just looking like one
Yeah.
big tooth. You know
Well,
what I mean? Needed to
even if it
have
looks
like the
straight,
hmm.
like not like like clunky. I don't know.
You thought it looked a
Yeah,
bit
it
too
didn't look quite
clunky.
right.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a straight edge. It looked
Hmm.
ragged. I
Yeah.
don't understand why it looked
Yeah.
ragged. It looked
Should have
weird.
looked a
And
lot. I mean, for that price, it should have been fucking sparkling and shit. You know, that's what I would have
yeah, well,
demanded.
that's another $500,000 less that that it would cost Taylor Swift to buy him with her loose change.
Mm-mm.
He's just spending up big so that he can like have less. I think that there's going to be some kind of like redemption arc, but I think that there's going to be this Kanye redemption arc, right, where he actually goes broke.
And Taylor Swift does actually buy him, not as a slave, but more as a uh, uh,
Um,
underling purchased as
or just
a
buy. What if she just buys his back catalog?
oh.
Like owning the Beatles, just own his
Mm-hmm.
music and just get the money from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe
So
that happens to him. He ends up having to sell that up. But this is right. And then he's impoverished in some level, like of whatever it means. Like he's quite and he has to go through and it actually like redeems him and it like straightens him out and just
yeah.
gets him thinking
Yeah.
properly about the world and he just comes
Gets
back as
back
like
into
this
it.
and yeah, and just becomes
Yep.
like actually the president of the United States.
Bang.
It's like in 30 years' time, it's going to take him like 30 years. He's
I'd
going to have
vote
like a
for him,
10
but
year, like
I live in
10
a
years in the wilderness.
I live, in a
He's got to
non-existent,
have his goes through his
country
Buddha.
that exists only in a studio, man. So I don't know whether
Yeah.
our, fake
So
Australia would actually be able to vote for him, but I would vote for
no,
him.
I tried. No, I tried to give money to a US candidate, like to assist them with their cause once,
Like a
and they thanked me.
Bankman-Fried democracy payment, democratic payment.
Well, I just it seemed appropriate. It seemed like, I think that, the world should be able to invest in
Mm,
America's, like,
that's it.
like we can all just,
You
yeah,
know,
why not? I
president.
want to influence the American. Yeah,
I'm invested in the president. That's it.
yeah,
I've
well,
got the personal phone number. I can ring him up.
yep,
If I need a
yep,
small country eliminated, I can just call the president
that's
of
it.
the United States of America. Yeah, I'm having real troubles with Uzbekistan. Can you just wipe it off the map for me? Yeah, sure. No
Mm,
worries, but
good.
no, thank you.
Yeah. I think that America should be like the world's military.
Well, there's certainly a lot of escalation going on at the moment. That's for sure.
Well, and I think that's the problem.
Mm.
China's really good at being military as well. And I think
Yeah.
like if they were just instead of like if we they were imagine like a global military that was like Chinese American,
Mm.
like whatever. You know
Mm.
what I mean? And that was like that. You just assigned like national. It's like go around like yeah, you're really warlike, you guys. Like and the whole world, like not it's not like all the money goes to the military, but
Mm.
like the whole world just supports. We just can't get rid of all the other militaries.
Yep.
Don't need an Australian military. Don't need
Yep.
like a
Yep.
Japanese military. Don't need any of them.
Just have
Local like
a
a global one, but it's just the Chinese and the Americans, and they
mm.
just dedicate themselves to just doing that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
and
See.
and mass production is not like the Chinese thing. That's just going to be the robot thing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like
Mm.
just that's where that goes. And
Well, there's plenty of rumblings going on at the moment. I mean, I think Iran and Pakistan are having some scuffles at the present time. It's quite amazing because
but
I was reading a bit of the local.
this is the thing to link them up. We
Mm,
got to link up like the Middle East conflict and the Ukraine Russian conflict, and we've got to real
yeah,
get that sort of. We need something this year to link
some
those
sort
two
of
together.
amalgamation
Mm.
of those war efforts.
Yeah, so Pakistan and Iran would be good.
Mm.
Getting Iran, and yeah, that'd be.
Well, they're already in conflict right now, Si.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's escalation going on. Well, it's getting a little bit serious when the Taliban are actually saying, "Whoa, whoa, guys, come on, let's just settle down a bit. All right, let's not get all panicky here."
The Afghanis,
Yeah,
like they're like woo down.
yeah. The Taliban's like, "Hey, man, come on, just calm down, guys. We don't want to escalate this into World War, number whatever it is."
95, 100.
Mm, World War 3000.
Mm, yeah, I think in the current era, it could be interesting. Yeah, some of the
Well,
ancient
they could stop
civilizations.
that. The Afghanis could stop, farming the poppies and then just go into farming the mushroom clouds.
Yes. Well, yeah. And then you just need like a little bit of Asian tickle, a little bit like maybe that's. I think that maybe that's for next year.
Yeah, yeah,
We don't need too
coming
many.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
not too
coming
many
up.
at one time.
No,
Yeah,
no. Well, no,
it's
you got
too
to
hard to
build the
manage.
thing.
It's too hard to manage when it's all.
You don't want to do too many at once.
Mm, mm,
We got the two running now. They're nice.
yeah.
Now, yeah, time for the third. Get that brewed up. Get him out, getting ready. And that gives a nice bridge, like the sort of
Mm.
the
You got to stage these things. You don't just go rushing into it, do you?
no, well, when you're telling a
Mm,
story, just introducing all the characters at once is like, yeah. I think Gandalf has got like a he's like sort of inciting there. I
Mm,
think that's
mm.
telling me.
He's got the girls. He looks pretty drunk. He's sort of like he's knocked the end off his cigarette.
Yeah.
Not happy. See, he's obviously not happy.
No, he's a bit a bit.
Yeah.
He's not sure that these girls are really into
Mm.
him. Actually,
I think he
he
needs
thinks that
something else. Like
he thinks he's
he's
starting to
looking
realize.
for something else.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's,
Yeah.
he's he knows that yeah,
He's
it's not
definitely looking for something else. But yeah, I'm slowly just progressing through that whole it was a good series of pictures, so I figured it was worthwhile just doing the
oh
background
the
swap.
oh no, I thought that
The
was a great little series.
Wizards night out, you know.
Yeah, that was a great little
Mm.
series. I thought the Wizards Night Out. Impressed.
It's not
I
often that Gandalf gets on the piss and the drugs, you know.
You don't see that from Gandalf very
No,
often.
no.
No, he's quite a
Well,
yeah, no, yeah, reserved,
I
you
mean, in
might
the Lord
say.
of the Rings, he did like his pipe. He was very fond of the pipe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just sort of just an ambient inebriation,
Mm.
not hardcore. He's not like the going out type. Just he just continually just has like microdosing basically. So,
It's important.
microdosing.
Don't rush into anything, you know. Just take your time. All things in good time. But yeah, yeah, he's got the lines going now.
But uh
Lines on the
that
bar.
one, the one with
Just got to get the lines on the bar, you know.
the 1950s, like, honey, but I can't feel my face anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was such a good image. I
It
was like,
was,
what?
wasn't it? Like I'm so impressed with the DALI 3 um current outputs. Like they're
Yeah,
just, you know, there's still a bit more
you know
tweaking
what?
to do. There's still a bit more tweaking to do because, you know, but the output, the skin and the whole blending and the Cronenberg, the David Cronenberging,
Oh,
you know,
that
the
Cronenberg stuff is like,
Cronenberg was
whoa.
just like, whoa. That was
Yeah,
wild. You know, the flesh blendings, the blending of the flesh.
yes. The eyeballs inside the
Mm,
things. Yeah, yeah. It's real. But that said,
mm,
like I really noticed that with Stable Diffusion and
yep,
even with that DALI 3 stuff now, like coming out, it's like, oh, it's amazing, and you're like, it is,
it is.
but
Still a
also
ways to go.
no, I don't think there's any like not like that. I think like that when there's this whole kind of attitude around it's being anybody, and well, I think they're actually quite developing their own styles. Like I can look at a Stable Diffusion and I can tell that it's a Stable Diffusion. I mean, maybe not perfectly, but they get it. They've got a look.
Mm. It's
You
funny,
know,
your character's almost copying your motions, but it isn't. Like when you turn to your side, it's sort of it has to guess
yeah.
the hand positions and things like that.
So the
Mm.
Vision Pro comes out
Yes, more on the
a
Vision
couple of weeks.
Pro. Not long to go for the Vision Pro.
Well, in America, or if borders don't matter to you because you can acquire things as you wish.
Mm, mm.
I mean, I can't. unless there's something radical, like when when the iPad came out and it was like $9.99, and then that was the rumor. Everyone was like, everyone's gonna be $1,000, gonna be $1,000, and it came out, it was like $500,
Yeah.
$499, and everyone just was like, whoa. And unless Apple does something like that, like where it
Mm.
goes, but people are already paying for it. I think you can already pre-order it. It must be the price. Like it's,
Yeah.
I'm sure if I
Yeah.
would have heard if it had dropped.
Well, again, like any new tech, I mean, I
How
think
long will it be? 3.5.
yeah, it won't be long till it's
Mm,
down
mm-mm.
to under 1,000. So yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, it's just the initial
Apple
uptake.
knows what the price of this thing has to be.
Yeah, yeah, and I think under 1,000 is where it needs to sit, or just over 1,000, like 1,200, is reasonable.
No,
Under 1,000, it
no.
definitely is going to pick up that extra, the crowd, and the rest will jump in on it if it's under 1,000. Well, look at
Mm.
me. Like for me to buy my VIVE system, like there was no way I was paying fucking $2,000 for it. No way.
But you,
When the boys
but you,
first got into it, and they got the VIVE version ones,
mm,
and they were like, "Oh, it's great, it's great, it's great," and I'm like, "Nah, not
no.
paying not paying $2,000." And then, all right, the VIVE 2 came down in price slightly down to the 1,500. I was like, "Nah, nah." I said, I'm going to wait until it gets under that $1,000 mark. And as soon as it got under
Mm,
1,000, soon it was 900 and whatever it was,
mm,
970 fucking dollars that I could pick it up for. Bang!
mm.
I dropped the coin
Yeah,
and bought it.
yeah.
So it has to be within that reasonable cost factor.
I think it does. Yeah,
Otherwise,
and
people like myself, Joe Normie, who can't afford to fucking drop $2,000 on some of this shit, we have to wait. And I know, and I was like, no. And then,
well,
obviously I had to wait because one, I needed to have the video card ready to go because I didn't have a video card which was up to the standard that was going to run it. So I had to pre-purchase that fucking hardware, which cost me
mm,
$1,100 anyway
mm,
to get the
yeah.
2080.
Computers on your face,
Yeah,
full blown.
to get 2080. And then from then, I then waited until the price of the actual headset got to that point, and then yeah, all right, I'm ready to buy it. And then the video card plus the headset combined was around $2,000, rather than about $1,500 for the video card and 2,000 for the headset, which would have been $3,500. The total price ended up being under the price that I would have paid for the headset alone, for
Mm,
both the video card and the headset and all the accessories and shit that went with it. The
yeah,
advanced audio strap, and then finally the
yeah. Oh, yeah.
wireless bit for it.
The spending, the blendinings of the
Mm.
spendinings.
But each of those
These
things, like
like
the audio
cost one
strap, I
thing and
paid
it's great.
a reduced price for, and I didn't get the wireless part for the Vive until after my friend at work had finished playing around with it and moved across to the Oculus, and then he sold me the wireless
Yeah,
side for, I think it was
yeah.
only a couple $100 rather than $500 or $400 that they wanted for it. But yeah, I've always been one of these that, unless the tech's actually at an affordable price, it's not worth it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's other things that I'd rather spend that money on till it becomes reasonable.
Interesting.
So we got 54 views on the last stream,
Hmm.
which is pretty good considering that, we're nobodies as far as the tube crew go.
Algorithmically, yeah.
Yeah, algorithmically we're nobodies.
I mean, in that thing, but that's okay.
But I'm glad we separated
That was cool. I thought 54 was incredible.
the assumed news and the talk is cheap too. 2 different channels. I think that's a good idea overall.
Yeah, assumed is not working, man. Like there's literally 0 views.
But again, I think assumed it needs to be like promoted, I think.
Promoted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, it's only brand new. There's
Mm.
only a small
Yeah,
amount of content on it at the present time. So once we've dumped enough content in there and then maybe a little bit of promotion, it'll probably kick off, become more popular.
Ah,
But it's super easy. Like the whole, this week I just basically got home on Tuesday, did the hunt for the news articles, the
yeah.
headlines, and then did I do it Tuesday? Yeah, I think I did all the AI work Tuesday
Yeah.
night, and then had the videos basically ready to go so that when we logged in on Wednesday, I was just basically all I was doing was just loading
Yeah.
and doing the processing. And then Thursday, I did the full with DaVinci, just threw
Yeah.
all the packages together to create the whole program, the full program, and uploaded that on the Thursday.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah, it'll need promotion and stuff. So I
Yeah,
guess like
yeah. But
I
it's
don't know.
fun. It's fun just, doing the news thing anyway, because it's sort of entertaining for me. It gives me something to do. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting around playing fucking Mech Warrior.
Yeah.
That's getting a bit
What
boring at the
new?
moment, so just happy to do anything other than that. Anything that's teaching me something. That's what I'm in the mode at
Yeah.
the moment, teaching mode.
Yeah. The special
Learning,
learns.
learning, teaching mode.
Oof. Oof.
Gee, I don't know. At work, I was noticing people acting a little differently. Don't know whether it was just me or whatever, but
Like what way?
like treating me a little bit special.
Special.
Yeah, like not kid gloves or whatever, but um,
Okay. Then.
like asking my advice. Oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I
Oh,
remember
really?
I was like, well, I got to the point where,
Does your opinion matter?
yeah, like my opinion actually matters. And I was like, well,
Hmm,
like the
bit
space
confusing.
thing, the whole, oh, do you believe that we've actually been to the moon? And I'm like, well, I saw a video of it. I saw it on TV as a child. I've seen spaceships launch and land, go into
Yeah.
space, come back down. I've seen the people working on the space station. I said, but essentially, I haven't been to space, so I couldn't tell you personally
Mm.
whether I believe. From my point of view, I have to witness it for it to be real.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can show me all the fucking footage you want, but unless I go there and I put my hand on it and I touch
Yeah.
it and I kick it and I spit on it and I piss on it, then I don't know. It's.
You haven't got to know each other.
I'm not a fucking astronaut. Go ask an astronaut. An astronaut will be able to tell you whether fucking space is real or not because they've been there.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right,
Yeah. Yeah.
they've done the things.
Yeah. True.
It's, I don't have an
Ask
opinion. I
somebody who
don't have a
knows.
yeah. Ask someone who has an
Yeah.
opinion on it, who actually has done it.
Yeah.
If I have done it, then I would have an opinion. If I'd actually been in a spaceship and I've gone up into space and I'd land on the fucking moon and kicked some dust around and had sex with an alien rock or something, then I would be able to actually tell you, yes, I've been to the fucking moon. Definitively.
Yeah.
But my perspective from where I am, the moon and the sun move across the sky, the stars move across the sky.
Yeah.
I'm so insignificant in size in comparison to this whole fucking realm that we're in. I don't detect any movement on the fucking surface other than when the fucking earth moves from earthquakes and vibrations or some heavy truck moving out the front of my house and vibrating the house. That's the
Yeah.
only movement I detect. So, you know, from my point of view, you know, it's quiet and still, and everything moves over me. All the celestial bodies move across and move over me from left of stage to the right of stage.
You live in a little sort of tunnel to space, really,
Hmm,
don't you?
hmm, hmm.
Look out.
Now,
Just,
once there is an ability for the average Joe to jump in a fucking starship and fly up above the fucking, the clouds
yeah,
and into the the atmosphere and whatever, then yeah,
yeah,
I'll be able to say, hey, look, I looked down and yeah, there was this big curved fucking blue ball underneath my fucking spaceship, and I could
yeah.
see that, as I moved away from it, it got smaller and smaller, and there was this big fucking ball in the middle of fucking nowhere. Then yeah, then I would have that perspective. I'd be able to give you a true perspective of what I've seen. Hello.
Mm.
Hello. Yes, smoochies. I'll meet you on the other side. Come on. Darinator has arrived.
Yeah, it's always sometimes in those situations, like
Hmm.
when people ask that,
Yeah.
like I get into a scoping questions with them. It's like
Yeah.
just trying to really identify what they're trying to know. Like
Mm-hmm.
what is that? What is it they're really trying to
What is
ask?
it that they're trying to figure out?
Yeah,
Are
me?
they
Are they
trying
trying
to
to figure
figure
me
out
out
whether
with
you're a
something?
flat earther or you're a round
Yeah, is that what
earther,
you
or
wanted?
is
Is
that
that
is
what
that
you
the
want to know? Or
actual information you want?
yeah.
Come on, Mr. Bear. Come
Oh,
on.
he's a bit defensive. No, I'm not. I just wanted to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Watch where your priorities
w-
are.
yeah,
What your actual question is.
yeah,
Which camp do you fall in? I think that's more the
yeah.
camp that they're asking, isn't it?
It is
You know.
because yeah, it's a fishing expedition, surely.
Yeah, yeah. It has to be
Yeah,
to ask questions like that. I mean, have they been to space? Probably not.
probably not.
It's a pretty exclusive group, man.
Yeah, they're
You know.
generally knowable. Like if
Yeah.
they have been, it's
There's
getting
a
a bit
lot of
mundane
training
now.
involved to get up, to be able to do those things. It's not something where you just go, oh, I woke up this morning and I want to be a fucking astronaut. You know what I mean? So I'm going to space tomorrow. That
Well,
just
like the
doesn't happen.
people, there's some people going up to the space station or something at the moment
Mm. But
on
they've
the
had to
Dragon.
undergo rigorous training and whatever else to be in that
Yeah, they all.
position to do those things. All right? It's not just,
Yeah,
oh,
they're all old men too.
I suddenly just decided that I'm going to be a
It's
fucking
old white
astronaut,
men.
and then, oh, I won a magic ticket on, the Bezos fucking blue Hornet, or Elon's bloody uh, Starliner.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mr. Bear, come on, you coming in?
yeah. Well,
Coming
that's a
in?
full orbit. They actually
Hello,
went full
hello,
orbital.
yes, hello. Yeah, well, I think what's his name? Who's it? Captain Kirk. He went up there. He had an epiphany, didn't he? He had a moment. When you're looking down at that tiny little place you come from, then you look up above you and out into the void and the darkness of what is space. It is
Mm.
certainly it's a humbling time, I'd imagine.
Yeah, you'd be quite alone in there. Hey,
Mm,
that's where you'd
mm.
really see the eyes.
And you'd realise, all the life that exists here on Earth is in that one little place down there.
Yeah,
And who knows what's out there?
belong to the shop to get a sausage roll, man.
That's it, brother. Meow, meow.
People are even going to wonder what a sausage roll is.
Yeah, well, But you're right, Si. I mean, what question are they asking when they say, "Oh, do you believe in space?"
Hmm.
Mm. I mean, are they having doubts themselves and they need something else to
Yeah. Where are we
to
coming from? You're like,
yeah, yeah.
am I
What's the
confirming
point of
something for
reference that we're
you? Or,
making when we ask those
yeah,
questions, you know?
yeah,
Are you just trying to validate your own worldview, or are you
yeah.
feeling a little bit, um, are you having to reevaluate your worldview because of what you've heard someone else talk about? Huh? Maybe
Be
that's the
careful listening
reasoning.
to others.
Mm. We were talking about the whole this premise before, side with the whole you know, do you believe in dragons? Well, I
Wow.
don't know. I've never seen a dragon. I've never met a dragon. But there's plenty of literature
Oh,
talking about dragons and plenty of people that maybe do believe in dragons.
yeah. Are
Mm.
there many people who believe that they've interacted with the dragon?
Well, this is the question, isn't it? Mm.
And I don't think so, actually. I'm not. I don't know. I've met people who thought that they were different things.
Mm.
Um, um,
Believe that
I've
there's
never
something.
heard. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there must be somebody who feels like they've interacted with a dragon directly, but maybe like, oh, this channeling the spirit of a dragon, dragon fairy,
Mm.
style,
Yep. Yep.
all the things.
Well, I mean, I've seen plenty of dragons. I've been watching Miss Kobayashi's dragon mode, so I've seen several dragons, but they're on a cartoon.
Would you uh, would you cosplay as a dragon?
Probably. I
Be
put a, I put a
interesting.
dragon cosplay outfit on. I could do the dragon pretty well, I reckon. I mean, to the best of my knowledge of how a dragon would behave,
Oh, that's
based on the programs that I've watched which have had dragons in them.
especially sort of sort of uprighty, bipedal, sort of
Mm.
civilized dragons.
I think the storytelling's the most important part in it.
Of the dragon.
Yeah, yeah, or of anything really. The whole how well the story is told.
Mm, through the medium.
Mm.
I suppose, yeah, probably suits some more than others
Mm.
in style. Oh, I should get some air back in this room.
Stuffy. I got the aircon going because it's been muggy up.
Oh yeah, it's very
Muggy
windy
up
here,
here in Kingsland today.
and
I did
so
the I did the mowing out the front.
oh, you did the mowing.
Finally got to the front yard because it was
You just couldn't even. You just
getting
had.
it was getting to that point. Well, I've got the inspection on
You got to start doing the
Tuesday,
things.
so I've
Oh no, no,
got
you've
to
got
have
to
the
do it.
house looking
Mm.
semi I give a shit about it sort of looking.
How much longer do you think it took you to do because you hadn't done it in so long, and so it was heavy? Like
Well,
you
I
had to do
it didn't
whatever.
take any
What'd you
longer than
do?
what it normally would do because I instead of mowing it at a level 3 on the mower, I
Mm.
mowed it at like a level 6, so twice as high as what I'd normally mow it. So
So you
it's
just
not
got a
it's nice
luscious
and
lawn.
it's nice luscious thick lawn. That's what I've got.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow!
super
Look at
thick.
you, Mr.
Yeah,
Fucking Luxury.
luxury boy.
Hey?
That's it. I didn't even have to empty the basket, like the catcher, as many times because all the grass was sort of like
Ah,
falling down into the grass for the
mm.
extra grass food.
Grass feeding the grass. Bodies
Mm,
of the fallen.
that's it. Bodies of the
Cannibalistic.
fallen, bodies of the fallen thicken the grass that exists.
Mm. Oh, talking about thickening the grass that exists.
Hmm.
I I saw this ad, yeah, and then I was like, I don't believe this.
What?
So, well, what
Lay
the
it on
ad
me.
said,
Lay it on me.
and then, well,
Was it
There was
anything to
this
do with
thing that looked
magic
like
flowers?
no,
No,
no.
no magic flowers.
So no, thankfully. Um,
You're going to use a
but
glass, aren't you? You're not going to just drink out of the bottle. I saw
I,
you look at it. You looked at it
I,
there for a moment. It was like, oh, is he gonna? Is he got? He's gonna be. Is he
sure,
going to be cultured or is he going to be uncultured? You know, cultured,
uncultured.
cultured, cultured. Use the glass. Uncultured, straight from the bottle.
That's,
That's the way it work. That's the way it normally works, isn't it?
there
Cheers,
you go.
brother. Cheers.
I
I was almost going to drink a wine tonight if I, until
oh,
the
I just am
youngling,
not spending this.
the youngling gave me the ability to get the Summersby, sponsored Summersby ciderings. But yeah,
There you
I
go.
was almost gonna hit a wine tonight. Hang on, I'm gonna have to sit down and give this small little black furry thing of mine a bit of a pat.
Attend to its emotional needs,
Yep, it's requiring the
physio
lovings.
emotional, physio
Requiring
emotional
the
needs.
lovings. Come on, come on, coming. Here we go. Get your butt out of this.
Clickety clack, don't
Sit
come
down.
back. Snick snack.
All right, scratches time. But yes, continue. Story. The weren't quite sure if it was true.
Yeah, so it was like a cap. It was no, what was it? It was like a dome, not a like sort of like a techno dome off your head,
Okay.
and it was like techno dome for your head, not unreasonable looking,
Mm.
and hair growth. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, are you
Ah,
seriously? And so then I went
the
up and like,
infrared
yeah, yeah,
stimulator,
yeah,
infrared
yeah.
stimulator.
So I went and looked up independent research and found
Mm.
like Harvard research
Yep.
paper, like there was a decent sized study,
Mm.
and it was looking at a Lexington, which is a hair product company, Lexington, like a comb, like a brush.
Mm.
So there's one which is like a wand, yeah.
Yep.
There's a brush you brush through your hair,
It's like electrostatic sort of thing.
yeah. And then there's like one that's like a band, like so if you've got like an area that needs, like say if you just got a receding,
Yep.
you just put this band on. And then there's like ones which are like a cap that you
Yep.
wear. And anyway, the study was looking at the wand, and it was like said, okay, yeah, um, so they did. I've gone and forgotten that actually whether it was an entire year or it was 6 months,
Mm.
12 and 30 and 26 weeks or 26, 52. Anyway, um, the key point was that using all the appropriate double blind study things, fake
Mm.
elements, photographing hair independent things, and that it works.
Yeah.
And it works as well as like sort of like finasteride slash minoxidil, again,
And all the other
the chems.
chemicals
And
that
but with the chems, you'd
stimulate
have
the.
to rub. Yeah, if you use the chems, it's prescribed would be like twice a day for 4 hours.
Mm. Like
And if you
massaging
use
into the skin to get the
the the, the stuff, yeah, which then
follicles
causes
to
has all these yeah,
reactivate or whatever. Yep.
and then you stop using it. I mean,
Follicle.
this anyway.
Yeah.
So this thing, 15 minutes,
Okay.
and that was sort of every alt day or whatever.
Yeah.
Basically, 15 minutes a day instead of 8 hours. I just put a cap on,
And I guess the question is what does it
and
cost?
it's as good as it. Well, the different ones, man, different prices. Like that's
Mm.
the thing. So the ones are like, I don't know, up to like the full the helmet thing that I was saw
Mm.
was like, I don't know, $1,400 or something,
Yeah.
because it was had
grand and a
masses.
half. Yeah.
Well, because it had like so many units, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like as opposed to the band or the wand or
Yeah.
the cap. Like the cap had different densities and um,
But it's amazing
it's
that they're
it.
using light and light frequency
Uh,
to
uh,
re-stimulate the growth.
yeah,
Hmm.
no cams. Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. I'm fucking getting one, man. Defo.
Keen to get the follicles re-stimulated.
Well, if there was like, okay, if it wasn't because I'd scratched my own hair off
Hmm.
and, and like had a fungal infection I didn't deal with for years, didn't realize it was, and
Yeah.
a whole range of other things, I might have more hair than I do. So now that I've learned those things and this the story about it all, like I'm happy for it to be back to a place where like the way that I'll sort of care for it now, it'll last,
Hmm.
not having been damaged. So yeah, if I wasn't gonna, if I was still doing things that were harmful, but yeah, I think the key thing for me right now has been this recent skill level upgrade of not scratching my head
Yeah.
and recognizing when I am scratching my head and stopping myself
Hmm.
and just being amazed at where that itch is, being aware of it and going, huh, that's probably new growth.
Hmm. Well, anything that heals itches, doesn't it?
Hmm. I'll say, leave it
Right?
alone.
Hmm.
Leave it alone.
Don't
Or
bother
I
it
just
while
put my
it's
hand
itching.
over it.
Hmm.
Just put my hand over it, just give it some warmth, bit of, As soon as I heard about the infrared, I was
Gentle
like,
pat. Hmm.
oh, yeah, a little pat on my hand, giving it a little bit of warmth. Maybe they like warmth. We just need a warm head. Could you use like, since it's a particular wavelength, you can just buy the LED yourself, like
Hmm.
not particularly a random wavelength. It's like, 655. So you should be able to get it. I know, it's interesting. But here's what I also think is interesting. It's like, wait, figure this.
Hmm.
So that works.
Yeah.
And then there's another device, right? And this device, so that device is called LLLP or something. I don't know, whatever. And then there's another device, which is the IPL,
Yeah.
intermittent pulse laser. And so you use red LED lasers, you get red LEDs again. And it's the same thing, but then that removes hair.
All right. Does the
So,
complete
but
opposite.
does the complete opposite. The same. I mean, it must be like the way it's the
Frequency of light, maybe?
no, I think maybe the intensity, like the amplitude or something, whatever the amount of energy that's being put into it or something. I don't know. Have to be like, well, because as a pulse, like if you had that permanently on, like you couldn't leave that on your leg. Like it's a brief moment. Like it's just instantaneous.
Hmm?
Like if you left that on for any amount of time, your leg would boil. I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just char you on the spot. So, um,
Well, Gandalf
I
Gandalf looks pretty pingy right now. He's
Gandalf
just he's
is
just
totally
he's like fully dilated.
yes.
He was getting a bit too violent in the previous scenes, and one of the patrons gave him a pill, so he's rather dilated now.
That's the maximum dilation, isn't it?
Mm-mm. I'll have what Gandalf's having.
Does Gandalf know what Gandalf's having? I mean,
I don't
I
know.
suppose
He's just he's put put a lot of confidence in the others around him. You know, trust. His trust level is rather
just
high.
trust. His trust
Definitely,
level is
definitely
supremely.
super
Yeah.
extremely high trust level going on here.
What about would has has anyone attempted to do a retelling
Mm.
of like Lord of the Rings, but
But
told
like,
in the modern era?
yeah, yeah, that would be interesting.
How would it go? How would it roll? Like, okay, so you've got would the orcs, for example, be and would say for example Saruman and things. I mean, it like depends how you did it. Like if you're trying to just make them people who are today, like, oh, Saruman would be
Mm. This
um
particular
Jeff
character.
Bezos, or
Mm,
something
mm,
like that. It's just the billionaires or
mm,
something like that.
mm.
So it would be. And secretly behind the mask, the one ring that rule them all is actually Bill Gates or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Like
Something to do with an operating system. Yeah.
yeah, his code he
And the whole
wrote.
thing was just, the hobbits were taking some, Windows 3.11 disks and to a certain place to throw them in the eternal fire.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which caused the initial schism that created like the
Mm-mm.
Mac
Yeah.
OS
The
and Windows
original
and things like that.
first
The
created
fracture.
3.11 disks, Windows for workgroups. Had to ha- had to
Oh,
had to undergo some sort of
with their
special,
fucking Windows, the
yeah,
workgroup
yeah.
networking. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, that's a wonky shit. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. It was simple. It was you just typed in words and shit happened.
Mm.
It was-
I could see it. You could do it. It'd be interesting.
But if you weren't doing that,
Mm.
and then it was just like set today, so
Yeah.
then would you just have elves that were modern, and so they were like just long lived? People would, I mean, they wouldn't necessarily like what would like a today era elf city look like on Earth, like in that sort of era? Like how advanced would it be?
Would it be like some sort of wonder? Would it be hidden African high tech city?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
These
it'd
big
be
trees, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
in this
huge.
massive
That's
canyon,
it. Some sort of
with
canyon
a
which had
high tech sort of
high tech
yeah, yeah,
invisibility thing where it just looked
yeah.
like a mountain, but it was
That just
actually
yeah hit
there
its
was no
abilities.
mountain.
Yeah,
It was just a whole open field, but
yeah,
you know there's giant trees in there with high tech
yeah.
high tech connections where all the mum's blue spaghetti was running to, like the Oracle
Yeah.
central
Oh, like the blue
mainframe.
spaghetti.
All the blue
Yeah,
spaghetti ran back to the special
yeah, yeah.
all seeing
Nice.
trees, man. The all
The
seeing
all-seeing
trees.
trees.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be interesting. Yeah, okay. Like in like the Palantir is like this full surveillance thing. It's like this
Yeah,
crypto. Like
that's
it's like
right.
it has this crypto ability. It can just see anywhere on the network.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah. Mm. Like and yeah, and you'd be the trick would be trying not to go too advanced, hey, like so that
Mm-hmm.
it didn't just become super high tech. And so I don't know, but maybe that's how the magic. But it'd be interesting, like doing like a transplanting of the story,
A
doing like
rebuild. Mm.
a rebuild, yeah, of like Lord of the Rings, but the modern era, and like yeah, what? So then the Hobbit would be like the pre, like this sort of the. Would that be like I
Well, the simple folk.
don't
The
know.
hobbits were always the simple folk. So who's the most it'd be like the modern day hobbits would be like the Amish, wouldn't they? You know what I mean? The people that
Oh.
don't have mega technology, but they're more
So it's a journey of the Amish
a
through.
small Amish boy, you know.
Small Amish
to
boy.
take these horrendous Windows 3.11 disks to the the Smorgs volcano mountain
Yeah.
to
And every time he's got to be
throw
so
the
careful.
disks, you know.
Whenever he tries to, if he ever tries to like
Every
use them,
anytime he loads the
they,
disks into a
yeah,
computer, then
he just
instantly the the
he starts to
the
convert him. He's like,
all-seeing
oh,
eye of Gates would instantly know his position and be able
yeah,
to see
that's
him
right.
through the cameras of the computer.
Yeah,
You know, that's the modern day
and he's always
version
a
of the ring.
danger.
Yeah,
He's always a danger of
yeah.
becoming a computer
But he
user,
has
and
to
it's
load the
only
disk.
be
He has to load the disk every now and again just to get the
yeah,
new coordinates of where he's
he
going to.
does. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the problem.
that's the issue.
Yeah,
And
and
then then the goons, the modern day men in black chasing him, ABCs, all trying to get these discs back, the discs of power.
well, Amish boy, and it's only his Amishness. Like that's the
Yeah,
thing. Like I think the other risk of the ring,
yeah,
the discs, is
mm,
that when you use them, like you get influenced and start wanting to like
yeah.
just go on the media. Let's just
That's
like
right.
start
Yeah,
showing you things. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
breasts, and
Mm.
and he has to use his
And
Amish
it looks
ways to
like
like
this
defend himself.
continuous sexual
Defend himself.
degradation. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
he's got to
Yeah,
defend himself against
constantly
it.
trying to get him onto
Oh,
OnlyFans and
yeah.
Twitch streaming. Twitch
And he's
streaming
just like
thoughts,
just
all these
morphing
Twitch
to his
streaming thoughts
needs.
always trying to.
Yeah, they're just all like
Yeah,
hobbits.
yeah.
Oh, but they're not. It's just AI as a simulated for him perfectly. Just- yes, that's
Oh, it'll work, man. It'll
that'll
work.
work. That'll work. That'll totally
Yeah,
work. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. You could modernize it
So
quite easy. Yeah. And you could make it amusingly
it's
modern. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be
but
difficult.
not silly. Not
Yeah.
silly. Like that's not silly. That's
No,
reasonable.
no, that's quite reasonable, you know.
That's yeah, you know
Every
the
man
danger
goes
of what you're
through
talking about.
that stress of
Yeah.
try not to be overly sexualized,
Mm.
keeping your the steadfastness of non-stop nut Novembering.
Someone said today to someone else, eat a dick.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Eat a
And
bag
then
of
the other
dicks.
person was like,
Don't just eat a
that's
dick,
true. Don't
just eat
say
a
that.
whole bag. Yeah.
And I said, what? Like a dick's bad? Like what? And I said, this is that's right. Put them down. Like
Hmm.
it's interesting. Like that's like
Why not
the
just eat a vagina?
commonality.
Hmm?
That's why I said, why not eat a
Yeah.
tit?
Yeah.
I don't want to eat any genitalia.
Eat a titty,
Okay.
eat a vagina. You know, why does it have to be
Alright.
eat a bag of dicks?
Yeah.
Eat a bag of vaginas.
Yeah. Stop putting down, using
Mm.
the male genitalia in degrading ways. It's fucking
Yeah,
wrong. So I can stop. It's always like looked on so poorly.
yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Jesus.
You were born with them, you know.
Well, if you keep being told you're like a piece of shit, like it's just not good. I'm
Yeah,
not saying that, it's just it's bad for your psyche.
true, true.
Whatever it does to you, it's whatever it does to you, and that's your business. But like, it's just bad for your
Why
psyche.
eat a dick when you can eat a whole bag of them?
You may want to be really consenting and trusting if there was a whole bag of them. I'd have to say, you know what I mean?
Are
Because
they
otherwise,
freshly harvested dicks? That's what you.
well, if you've got 3 or 4 people, like they're in control of you, you have no control over you anymore. Even 2 people, you probably have very limited control over yourself. You'd have to really like be very fucking determined. And at 3 people, you'd have no control left. I think,
That's it.
no matter what you wanted to do. I mean, that's how police handle it.
Yeah,
They use 2 and a third just on backup, just waiting.
that's it.
If you get a little bit feisty, then they'll just get in on you.
Tasering first.
And so that. Mm.
It.
Mm. Do you think there's people out there who like train themselves to become like not immune, but like to be able to resist taser, like like actually do it? Is there any? Have you seen the
I've seen
videos?
dudes,
Have
man,
you?
where they've had to be hit by 3 or 4 tasers before they actually does anything. Like they've just got that willpower. You know what I mean? Or that level
Just breathe it through
of
yourself,
fat in their
like the
body where
electricity.
it's it requires three taser guns to provide the energy to put
Just
them
leap
down.
at the person with it.
And then there's others where just getting struck once and then they're just flying across the room.
Mm. Do you is there anything where you've seen someone get hit and then they've actually like sort of thought it, and just like just channeled the electricity and then leapt at the
Yeah.
officer and like just
That's it. Grabbed onto
electrocuted the
them so
officer?
they get the electrocution as
Yeah,
well. I have seen that where they
yeah.
have like the local ones where they don't have the strings come out and then stab into the flesh and then deliver. But the
Mhm.
ones where they're handheld and you've got to press into them, you know what I mean? I've seen
Ah,
people getting tasered and then grabbing the other person and then they're getting tasered too. You know what I mean? Like the
yes,
close the
that's what
circuit,
you want.
close the
Yeah,
circuit,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
that they receive the tasering as well. And I think that's the reason why they use the prong ones, so they can be at a distance and not have that
yeah.
ability of the person to close the circuit on them and
That's where if you want to, if
hand the
you
tasering back. Because
you
you think,
harness the
if
electricity,
you get
it
zapped
just
and
supercharge
it's
your
localized
muscles
with
to
just a
just leap at the person.
handheld taser where you've got to touch the skin or
Blam.
deliver, then if you close the circuit on the other person, you're halving the tasering level because you're taking some of it and then the rest of it's being passed back to the other person. So whereas on the string tasers or the dart tasering system with the little
Yeah,
copper cords that you can hit them
yeah.
at a distance, and as long as you don't touch those cords, then you're not going to get zapped.
That's where you want to fling yourself.
Mm,
Like if someone goes to taser, you leap at the taser
yeah,
and then just gets so
yeah.
you're in motion already,
Mm-mm.
and it just
So
goes
that
whoa,
when you get
and just
struck, and then you grab the
yeah,
other person for the big
grab the
bear
person,
hug, and then deliver
yeah,
the returnsies,
bam,
taser
returns
returnsies.
is yeah,
Yeah.
and just pull the gun off him and just start hitting him
Mm.
in the face. Boos, boos, boos. Don't be doing that, boy.
But water is another good conductor for it. So if there's water about,
Mm.
then you can
Look out, look out.
use the
There's water
water
about. Do
use the
you know,
water as the
have I ever
transfer
told you the
mechanism of
story?
return.
It's
What?
my first electrical experience that I
Zappingness.
recall. The zappings, yeah, was in Sydney in a pub in Ultimo.
Bad
I
wiring.
know. No,
Was it
maybe,
some
yeah.
sort of
Anyway, it was so it was in the
tap
kitchen.
or faucet
It was in the
interface?
tavern. It was in the like. It was in the pub, like, but it was quite. It was a commune at that stage. So people living there,
Hmm. Tell your story.
and
I'm just going to go silent for a bit while I'm making less of myself.
yes, and and so I was standing next to the fridge, and we were radio was up on top of the fridge, ding 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 ding, doing its thing, playing whatever the music is, and the electrical leads hanging down, plugged into the wall, and I'm jumping up and down, singing like dancing to the music, if you wish, maybe trying to grab actually people's attention. And so then I put the lead in my mouth and I was playing around with it, like as it was like dancing with it. And my mother was all like, "Yeah, just you should stop that. Hey, like that's." And I'm standing in water, like wet. The floor's wet,
Oh, it already
and I
sounds
got
bad already. Yeah.
yeah, I got
Lead
zapped.
in the
Hey,
mouth
so
and dancing in water shoeless.
and then I think then I don't know whether I didn't have it in my mouth. Then at the end, I just had it in my thing. But yeah, hands somehow, whatever. But I got zapped. I was fucking sharp, eh? So yeah, I was probably like 3, 4. I don't know, and that was pre
First
like
delivery.
obviously safety
Well, I
switch.
mean, I guess it'd be a lot easier as you're younger. Um,
I don't know.
because you're,
No man,
I don't know, you're a little bit more, um,
I've been zapped plenty of times.
hmm.
Zapped a lot of times. Uh, I know I'm not fond of it. Hey,
No, No, it's not a pleasant experience. I gotta
I
say
can let
that.
it flow through me now.
Definitely not a pleasant experience.
I cannot have to react very much when I'm being
Earthing,
hit.
you learn
It
quickly that
hurts,
earthing is a
bites.
good thing.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's it. Getting the earthing, and it's probably one of the best things you can do because it does help in the dissipation of the painage.
Mm. It's a lingering, bit of lingering,
Mm.
has a particular feel. But yeah, I can feel the flow of it through me. I reckon it is something that you can channel through yourself, the electricity. I think you could like almost use it. I reckon you could. I reckon you could like, like use it to, but you've got to keep it moving. It's not like it's something you could store. Like you don't have the capacity to store that much energy.
Mm.
And so you've got to let it flow through you, and any part of your body which has got like sort of, I don't know, resistance in some way, or or you fight it basically, where you're like, oh,
No,
that
no, no,
electricity
it's
goes,
not. It's
no,
not a
no, do not
fighty thing.
fight it, no,
Yeah,
fight it. You
definitely,
let it through,
definitely.
let it through all
Move
the
to the
way.
position that it wants you to move to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so you let it flow through you, and then I reckon what you could do once you've sort of got that happening, that you could use it to sort of intentionally twitch your muscles, but like it's super strength or super
Mm-hmm.
speed. And so with like a bit of training, like being zapped with a taser, you could possibly develop like an ability to use like a
To like
taser as
do a
a,
super leap,
self taser
super
yourself,
leaping at the person
oh,
who is trying to taser
shock
you.
yourself. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Train to
Train
absorb
your
the energy,
legs, like
to
you
flip
automatically go into the
like
crouching
a keto
position,
move. Yeah.
go into the crouching position prior to being hit with the tasering system, and then doing like super leap, and
Leaping
then something out of
all muscles.
yeah, super frog, doing the super frog and
Super.
just leaping directly at the offender, and then just like taking them out.
It's just being
Crash
electrocuted, and they just,
tackle, super leap, crash tackling,
that's it.
assisted by taser. Well, it looks like Gandalf's had a great night. Finally
Ah,
passed out at the front. Whole building's on fire. Big night for Gandalf.
that is a big
Certainly
nut.
something he won't forget.
No, that's
I'm just wondering whether we should expose the GP general public to the meme plethora that we had.
well.
Just
I thought that then if we wanted to
hmm,
do another one, like
that we just
another, like, is that
do the meme.
no, the Australian breakfasts.
Oh yeah, okay. Australian breakfast one.
Yeah, Australians. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Street food.
street food. All right, we'll start with the.
Because you sent me a bunch. Like,
Oh
if you just look
yeah, there was some awesome street
even our
fooding on
feed,
Aussie
you don't
street
even have to
foods.
go and look back, and yeah,
Bilby's on the menu.
maybe that's a possibility.
Definitely Bilby's on.
Yeah, I sent a few of those to people, but I didn't send the ones with like there were ones there that I thought that the one where they were cooking the bilbies or whatever,
Mm,
that was so
which
good.
is the
Like,
one
I
that's
want.
up now. One that's up now.
Is it cool?
Yeah,
I don't know, but I will soon see in 30 seconds. Apparently, there, that one.
yeah,
That's so good.
yeah. Because they're not frying or anything. They're not
No, but
actually
they
on
are.
fire, but they sort of are. But yeah, and the whole avocado and
Yeah, it's
the
great.
big jar of whatever that is, pickles or tomato sauce or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, this is good. Actually, this is good. This is for like, it's
Definitely
like this.
Aussie. Definitely Aussie.
Yeah, so very Aussie, very Aussie. Yeah, I don't know.
So good. There were some brilliant ones.
Yeah, a few of the ones like where it was sort of like, I don't know, like a creature next to a human.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're all right, I suppose. They were a bit boring.
Yeah.
there wasn't much dynamic. Oh, what? Maybe there just wasn't much dynamic motion in it. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of dynamism in this scene. And it's a very dynamic scene. Like this one too. It's very engaged.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Just move the screen so I can keep opening without it disturbing the character.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I'm even on the screen. I think am I
No, but
behind?
every time I'm loading a picture, it sort of goes over top of your um, feed, and then it stops the
Yeah.
feed, like it does a funny thing. Character. And there was some
Um,
while the
yeah,
man,
slow rotation.
while the man's.
The I like the hot, I don't know, mustardy dog thing. I don't even
Mm,
know what it is.
mm,
Like he's made out of, like he's cooking meat with like sauce, and he's made of saucy meat. He's a
yeah.
saucy meat man. It's all it's meat. It's meat and sauce all the way
Meat
down.
and sauces.
It's Inceptor meat sauce.
Inception meat.
Sauce.
Meat
Yeah,
inception.
meatception. Hey,
Inception.
yeah, I got these little things for uh going between my teeth. I'm so happy. They're like a yeah, I was in the chemist down the road, and there was a few different ones, and I was just got to actually speak to them. She was like, "Yeah,
Oh, the
looking blah blah
cleaning,
blah."
cleaning stuff.
Little sticks, little tiny stick
Mm.
things, very helpful. And I got ones that are like not like yeah, oh yeah, this thing's a bit of a unit, eh? It's sort of koala
Half
slash
koala slash.
orangutan. I don't even
Mm.
know. Like, what is it? Person? It's weird.
We're not going to show him the Taylor Swift stuff for
No,
sure.
no, hell
We
no, no, no,
we
no.
we
That's just
we
no.
we a lot of that Taylor Swift stuff that came through was mega disrespectful.
Well, I mean, it's disrespectful anything, but like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just topically disrespectful because it's hot topic.
Mm.
You know.
And she's going to visit soon, so we don't want to scare her off. And there's certain people appreciate her music and her talent rather than disaffected.
Oh, I wouldn't anyway. I just don't think they were very funny
Mm.
in that way. I think well, it's a bit
Well,
obvious.
a lot of
Like,
that
say,
stuff
like a
was really crass. Like you know what I mean? Like it was extremely crass.
oh, it also wasn't. It was just sort of stupid. It was like fart jokes. It was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
you
I
know, what
get you.
does Taylor
It
do?
was very similar
What
to
did
a.
Taylor Swift do when she eats Mexican? Oh,
Hmm.
she farts. You know, well, it's a big fart comes out of her knee. Yeah, it's like that's
Yeah.
clever.
Yeah.
Fart joke. Right. This dude is drippy. He's a
Yeah.
real unit.
Yeah,
Look at
dude.
this guy.
He
Like,
looks
what the
like the
hell is
food.
this?
He almost looks
Yeah.
like food, doesn't he? Like he's cooking himself.
Yeah. I know, that's what I mean. It's just like real next level whack. Cooking yourself. He's like the creature from Hitchhiker's Guide.
Mm. Mm.
You eat my leg. I think you should.
That's it.
It's very tasty. Let me just fry it up for you.
Oh no, it's all completely humane. I'm just gonna go off and
Uh,
shoot myself now.
You've
Want to be
helped me achieve that. That's it.
force feeding
You've
myself grain for weeks, and my thighs are particularly tender.
perfect time. I'm ripe for the plucking.
Mm. Australian
Tasty.
street food. Oh, I love it. Yep.
Uh,
Definitely got that street food feel to it. Aussie street food feel.
Oh, yeah. I walked 10Ks like to different suburbs, like from like on the edge of the coastal edge to like
Mm.
Redfern.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Yeah, and it's interesting when we talk about like Australian street food, like of which there is none.
mm.
There are no
Little just
milk bar.
benders. And,
Well, no,
well, I
I
guess
mean you'll
gone
get
are
like
those days where you could just, wander and grab a little,
you'll get a tobacco
street
station,
kebab. You know, what
an
happened to those
Easy
street
Mart.
kebabs and
Well,
hot dog servers?
yeah,
You know?
might get a kebab. You'll get like I don't know. There'll be sushi places and pizza places, and this they're sort of like another level up. Like the food that's
Mm.
available is like leveled up one, but in leveling up, it's forgotten. It's forgotten its level, the root level that's
The core,
required.
which is the root of it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just want to grab a thing,
where the
grab a
guy's,
thing.
sauce goes in his mouth, he swirls it around, he
Yeah.
spits it back into the bucket, fries it. Hasn't got that, the human touch. He's not
Touch.
slicing the meat with his toenails and shit.
Yeah, like if you come to my place for dinner, I can definitely make you a dish where I've like
Using your
worked everything
elongated
apart
toenails to
with my
slice
well with my nails
your
and my hands
talons
and my
to
teeth,
tearing the
talons and teeth. I don't use if using my toes. I haven't trained my feet
tenderizing
such
the
way.
meat with your meat,
Tenderizing my chicken.
tenderizing your chicken with your meat hammer.
Don't call me a bleep, even if I can
Bleepity
just a little
bleepity
bleep,
bleep bleep.
bleep, 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 bleep.
Bleep it in my kitchen.
Kitchen bleeper.
Kitchen bleeper bleepers.
That's it. Other planets, other planets.
I smell the air.
It's a rarefied type.
Mm,
A rarefied
sniffing the air of the
sniffing.
planets.
Looking out the window
Got some
into
helicopter
the
action going
darkness.
on outside.
Is there?
Yep. Oh, we get it every now and again. Get the bogans doing their little
Oh, they don't use drones to hunt them.
Oh, there's drones available. Like when we first went into the lockdowns in 2020, they had drones cruising around checking on parks and
Yep,
shit.
yep, yep.
There was heaps of that stuff going on. I'm surprised
That's
they
it.
haven't sort of kept that up. You know?
Yeah, well, yeah,
I guess drones are a little bit like their operating radius is pretty set, whereas a helicopter, fuel that up with the all-seeing eye, and it can chase a plane several hours. Drones, you got sort of like minimum, maximum area of effect that they cover.
yep, yeah, yeah, yeah. Before they're just out of signal range or whatever.
This one's a beauty. It's almost got that whole dollar bill looking sort of a feel to it.
Dollar bill.
The two kangaroo dude in the middle.
Oh wow! You're seeing this as a currency opportunity.
Mm, mm. Check it.
Fuck! Check that, man. What are you tripping? I love it.
Definitely a currency scenario. And the dude's got the 3 or 4 necklaces going on with the different emblems on it.
Yeah. And he's
Sort of
like he's a country
some sort of
town too. He's
spaghetti
like
going on.
he's at
Yeah.
Tennant Creek or
Yeah, it's a Tennant
wherever.
Creek country
Yeah.
cook, outdoors cook.
That's it. Mm.
Taco Bell ones with remember the Taco Bell one I sent you with the
Yeah,
Alice in Wonderland?
yeah, I am.
She was like riding on the explosive diarrhea. That was like the maximum offensive. This one was good. It was like the dude and the wallaby would like become one with the nuggets in between. Actually pretty good.
Um,
The Nugget Man.
I think this is like,
Like the wallaby's on his back and he's sort of like coming out
oh,
nugget pouch.
is he?
Yeah.
What the hell? Nugget pouch.
Nugget
Who's this
pouch.
nugget? Like,
Yeah. You'll see it in a minute. It's a minute for it to come through. Yeah, that one is particularly awesome. Nugget
oh,
pouch.
oh, yeah, that's it.
Classic.
It's like,
Classic. Nugget pouch man.
it's with all of these potato chips or something, like with
Yeah, looks like
like
nuggets, man.
hash browns,
Hash
nuggets.
browns
Yeah,
or
nuggets,
definitely looks like nuggies. Definitely got that nuggy look
nugs.
about it, doesn't it?
And then
It's
there's this
nug maxing
this. It's like a possum, koala, kangaroo thing.
combination
It's just mounted him. It's just like,
coming out of the
as if he,
pouch. He's got his legs have
yeah, that's a
disappeared. It's like he's almost like he's
he's
emerging from the
he's
pouch. Pouch
it's a
full of the
shimmer.
nuggets.
It's a
Nugget
shimmer
pouch.
of like kangaroo, koala, and human and nuggets. Nuggets form like the sort of the they give it the flexibility.
Staple.
It's,
It's a
yeah,
staple.
it's like a move.
Aussie staple. Nuggety goodness.
When like when did the chicken nugget become Australia's staple? Like it's an interesting question. Like I think that the nugget has become
I think
introduced.
I think the palmy was more the staple. The nugget was like the micronized palmy. You think
Is
about
that
it.
what happened?
I think so. I think the palmy was the staple, and then these corporations realized that everyone loved the palmy. So what's the closest thing to a palmy? Well, it's the nugget. It's like the micronized palmy.
You get a bag of harmies.
Hmm. Why just have one palmy when you have 10 palmies? 10 micronized palmy.
Well, they should have come with fucking Napoli and cheese more
Yeah,
frequently,
that's it.
and a fork, and you just pick them out. Oozing with cheese and Napoli sauce, man. Just a little bit of herb in there.
This next one's
Mm.
it's got like covered in oil. It's cooking. Guy's getting that special mark.
I need to switch it up.
Mm,
I need to switch it up before I phase into some other kind of
yeah,
realm.
you've
It's only
got that.
9:47.
I know, but it's the combination
Oh,
of
when did
the.
we start?
I
Mate?
think it's. Oh, we started
Oh,
at like
2 hours.
yeah, it's been going for where
Oh
is
yeah.
it?
I'm gonna open my. Let me go and get some ice cubes in my thing and a
Going
cool
for
drink.
nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a little bit of a jog, a little bit of,
Mm,
another intermission.
go and do your thing.
Intermission. Yeah, I'm gonna go and get some.
Character paging through these excellent AI generated Aussie outdoor cooking. collected. Has been a real memes week. AI meme.
It has.
And I do appreciate what AI is doing in the entertainment factor of the entertainment of the M and the cyber. Important to keep us entertained. It's been an absolute plethora of AI generated goodness. This is the Australian Street Food Edition. That looks like a homeless person. It's one of the other issues we're having here in Australia at the moment. A lot of homeless people out there. All good.
Like,
You're breaking up a little bit, but it's all right.
um,
That guy's definitely getting into the adding his own flavors to the street food. Aussie spirit, as I say, keeping the spirit going.
using that.
Adding some of his yellow flavorings. And
then putting
gas
peanut
mask
butter.
man. Gas mask man. Very kebabby. The whole kebab feeling going on. Gas mask kebabs. Of a koala man coming up.
Koala man.
Koala man.
The return of Koala man.
Special finely cooked street foods. Wok edition.
Wow.
There's always that bucket of yellow going on the side. That little bucket of yellow happening. Not quite sure what it is. Certainly makes the meal
Custard?
Certainly makes the meal tasty. Could be some sort of turmeric mix.
That's not very Australian.
Hmm. Might be mustard. Mustard as well. Could be a bucket of mustard.
Oh yeah, Hollywood mustard.
Hmm. Mustardy goodness. This one's good. It's like the guy's been
This is Australian mustard mayonnaise.
possibly it'd be mayo.
That week.
More a sweet rather than a bitter. This guy, like Possum Master. like half kangaroo, half possum, half human, blending the true street food vendor.
Oh yeah, there's some uplifted being.
Mm, gone through multiple evolutions and to become the ultimate street food vendor.
So I watched an anime before
Hmm.
coming to chat of it's called the Unwanted Undead. All the undead. The Unwanted Undead Adventurer.
Ah,
And he's he's really kind of strong, or he's not strong. His main ability is he's lasted a long time. He's always wanted to get up to be like high ranking.
yeah.
He's always kind of average. He just plods along. And so he then just ends up in this place in the local labyrinth, and then hello cockroaches. Yeah, I'm just
Sharing food with your cockroach, localized cockroach.
oh, must be coming out of the drain or something.
Smelt your special treats. To come and join in on the fun.
This thing's weird, eh? Being supervised by the I don't know what it is, squirrel.
Squirrel friend, overseer. Wait until the next one comes up. Definitely an overseer on this one. Like sitting on the pizza.
Mm, weird. Sort of like some.
Doing sausages, but he's like got a pizza on the side, but he's doing the beast is like sitting on the pizza.
I was wondering if the beast was being served
What, as a
as the
topping?
topping.
Yeah,
Mm.
possibly. Could have been a topping.
But the overseer, yeah, elite.
Topping and overseer of the cooking of the sausages.
It's so elite that it just uses pizza as something to stand on.
Mm. Pizza is it's a platform pizza.
And the sausages, they're actually they're all everyone there is in worship
Mm.
and reverence for the sausages.
Next one's good. It's actually got
Let's
the
see.
hot dog going on. Hot dog mode.
Mm.
The cook seems a little bit angry.
Um,
Thing like cranky about
I've been
something.
trying to I've been trying to think about that Trump. You know what, the New Hampshire thing.
Mm. Oh, what you were watching earlier yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I watched it. Like it had played like whatever X hours before that.
Mm.
It was just on a loop.
Yeah.
I just happened to catch it near the beginning of a loop. So to me, it all looked like it was happening.
In real time, yeah.
Yeah, but I
But you were right. He
but
had that great ability to have every one of his opposition had a like
nick
a nickname.
a nickname.
Yeah, he had a nickname for everybody. You know,
Oh, did you hear?
Sleepy Joe.
Did you did you see that Biden tried to make a nickname for Trump?
Yeah. No, no. What was he? What did he come up with? Because he's got Orange
So
Man. A lot of people know him as Orange Man.
no, so there's this like
I think that's the reason
president.
why he's less orange than what he used to be.
There was this president in the past, this President Hoover, and I'm not sure what President Hoover was known for
Mm.
particularly. Maybe you do,
Well, Hoover
but he was
Dam.
like, there you go. So then he
Yeah.
was like, well, haha, Donald Hoover Trump.
Why is that? Because he's sucking down the cheeseburgers like
I,
a
I,
vacuum.
I don't know. I'm just saying that's what he said. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, but that was Biden's like nickname slur for Trump was
Hoover Man.
Donald Hoover Trump.
Oh. Maybe he's related.
And ref to the original Hoover.
Maybe he was related to the original Hoover. Manufacturer of Hoovers. Hoover the vacuum.
That's actually the secret to Donald's wealth is the
Mm.
was that it was all along. It was never
Mm.
hotels.
Wasn't hotels, yeah.
It was fucking
Secret
vacuum
son
cleaners.
of the manufacturer of Hoovers. Hoover the vacuum.
He's unveiled.
Mm.
The Bidens have unveiled the truth
Yep.
that
Somehow
he's
he's managed to talk to the void and got the answers that he needed. Because he realised that, having a nickname for people is something
it'll
that's
give you
meme
power.
worthy, The kids love it. The kids love it when you got a
That's it gives
nickname.
you
Yeah.
it gives you power over them. It starts
Mm.
to like you can start to control their identity. People start using
By
a different
giving
word
them
to
nickname,
describe you.
you know. Well, I mean, I went through that phase, didn't I? Like from the MR to
And
you know,
yeah,
all the way down to the M.
that's it. Essential.
Keeping it as simple as possible.
Essential.
Single letter referencing.
What what single letter referencing would you use to describe Joe Biden? Like would be Joe Biden's single letter, like like M. You know,
Hmm. Oh,
would it would they
JB.
JB?
JB, wouldn't it be? Yeah, if you're going to
There you
call him
go.
anything, it's Pres J. President J. JB.
JB. No,
Hmm.
JB is it.
Hmm.
JB.
Hmm.
And then Mr. T.
Hmm.
Would what
It'll
what?
DT, wouldn't it be? You know, DT.
Yeah, but that just
President DT.
but that sounds a little bit like
Like Dick Togs.
it doesn't sound quite right.
Yeah, yeah.
JB works. JB
JB
works.
works.
But DT, uh, you know, hmm,
Orange tea. OT.
the the
DOT.
OT,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
OT, the
That's it.
OT.
OT's the man.
The OT knows how to waffle. Like he's
Mm.
got like a
His
particular
special ability of waffling.
rambling
Like
waffling
that's it.
master level
He's
11.
got like a 10 in waffling.
Yeah,
They'd
definitely
have to
10,
definitely got a 10 in waffling.
10,
The
and just completely can distract.
waffling
Like
skill. Mm.
yeah, it's impossible to record him.
That's it.
Any attempt, you just get
Mm.
like confused and you're not sure where you were meant to cut it off.
And
It just
any
starts.
recordings normally end up so bad. Like if you're
Yeah,
not doing the right edits, like you got to have a pro editor.
yeah.
Otherwise, it turns straight away to fake news. Fake news, people. Big news. I like this guy. He's like very concerned about his cooking. Plus he's using plantains, bananas. He's got bananas in the recipe. Plantains. The original name for the banana. Should look up where banana actually started.
Bananas.
Origin of the word banana.
Banana. It's very I don't know, Southeast Asian is my guess. I'd say it's a sort of a grass or grassy herb plant,
West
grass or
African
herb.
origin. Possibly
Whoa,
from
really?
the
Really?
Wolof word banana.
Banana.
BANAANA. And passed into English via Spanish or Portuguese. Go. Banana.
Is that where they came from? Is the plant or the name? Or
No,
both?
the word for banana was, yeah. West
Banana.
African origin. Banana.
That's the one that's stuck. Right.
I wonder if we put that word banana to translator. Translate. We'll go detect. Ah. So from Somali, banana detected to English, it's the word blank.
Blank.
BANAANA translates to the word blank from Somali.
Blank.
English. There you go. Banana. Blank. Blank banana.
The blank bananas.
It makes you wonder whether bananas always had a curve in them. Maybe at one point they were straight.
Um, like humidity, you think like curled them up or something like a hair?
I don't know. See.
I mean, you can get bananas that are a lot straighter. And I suppose little bananas tend to be straighter.
Bananas are always bent due to a phenomenon known as negative geotropism. Once developed, instead of growing towards the ground, the bananas turn towards the sun.
Everything does that.
The fruit then continues
Of
growing
course.
against gravity, giving the banana its similar curved shape.
Of course. It makes total sense.
So it's negative geotropism that causes the bend in bananas.
Yep.
See, you
That's
learn
like
something new every day on this show.
you do. You do. Yeah, I mean that's like all plants. Hey, I mean humans as well. Like and we grow towards the sun. We move towards the sun. So like you get healthy.
I think we're down to the last couple of the Australian street vendor food pictures. So
This guy I send out to heaps of people. Well,
yeah,
you know,
it looks
for me,
awesome.
heaps of
Standing on
people.
the table
Four
as
people.
well. Yeah.
It's so good, eh?
So there's only two left. The second last one is the gas mask man. It's got like
I didn't really look at that one.
full World War II gas mask and the pot helmet. I love the pot helmet, like the helmet which is a pot. Definitely got something
Well,
about it. Chef worthy.
yeah, you use what you got, eh?
Mm. He's got the whole pikelet. He's got the pancakes or pikelets going on. Flapjacks, depending on what part of the world you're in. Yes. Excellent Aussie street vendoring food. AI generated food images. Much thanks to the special group on Facebook that I joined to find these glorious images. Yeah, that was
What is he cooking up there? Is it like a
stir fry.
bacon?
It's definitely stir
A
fry. It's rice and bacon or
bit of
something.
bacon and onions, stir
Chicken
fry?
and bacon something.
Stir fry. Yeah.
He's got the yellow.
True Australian stir fry.
He's got the yellow Coca-Cola mix sauce going on the side there.
Hmm. Were these yellow sauces apparently?
Hmm.
I wonder if it's margarine and it's just
They
mistaking
love
it
the
for like
yellow sauces, don't
butter.
they? Yeah,
I wonder if it's like butter,
kind of butter,
but then
almost butter.
it's thinking that it must be like a sauce, like it sees it, and so it's just butter in
Oh, the
jars.
lucky last guy. He's like the muscle man with the pile of beans. He's
Ah,
cooking up the beans. Muscle man with the pile of
is it a
beans.
bit of
He's like such a unit. He's got this whole unit thing going on. Almost
the
like
Popeye?
he's like spaghettified. Like,
Hmm.
you know, kind of spaghettified. Interesting. Spaghettification going on.
Yeah, it's very yeah, ridged. It's very
Mm.
textured.
Yep.
Is this? Ugh. Do you think plant play? Someone was wondering what I was a sort of video that, and they were wondering they were talking about plant play.
Mm.
This person's reminding me of it,
Yep.
and I wondered if plant play, like vines and shit, you know, like say what's that poison ivy, you know, like not the plant, like the superhero.
Oh, yep, yep.
Um, but anyway, what is like sort of if would that be like sort of tentacle porn for vegans? I mean, I think the reason why I'm saying that, it's a bit out of context, but this guy's got too many baked beans. I think this
Mm.
physique,
Mm.
he's not eating a balanced diet
That's it. It's
like everyone
affecting him.
else.
It's affecting him.
Yeah, there's like warning: do not just live on trying baked beans. People say it's like, oh, it's the perfect vegan food. I don't think it is.
Boys' night out.
Ah,
Genie's providing the
man,
beers. Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
we got a takedown. We got a takedown for that. Don't
Got
I
it.
don't want to put that on.
Yeah. Move to the next one.
Oh, I don't know.
How about a takedown on
That's getting
the
a bit.
yeah, getting a bit too copyrightish, you reckon?
Yeah,
Bit close to copyright. Well,
yeah.
definitely gonna be takedown on the next picture. You know?
What?
Because no one loves a happy meal more than an unhappy meal.
You could probably argue that's fair use.
Yeah, fair use is for the unhappy. Unhappy meal, just eat it.
Like satire.
Mm. I guess you got to be careful, haven't you, with the the copyright, whole copyright thing these days. You know,
I got flagged
did you?
today.
Oh,
Yeah, I
flaggings,
was just this morning. Got an email.
warning.
Your video, um, drying a painting with a blowtorch, has been blocked from it's been considered adult only viewing.
Yep. Well, most of our stuff's
Breaches our guidelines.
adult only
Oh, on
viewing.
my
Yeah.
own, no, on my own channel it doesn't. Most of my stuff on my own channel is fine at any age.
Maybe we just need some angry dinosaurs instead. What do you
No,
reckon?
but
Angry
and
dinosaur
I looked at the
chickens.
video. It's just some people like literally just being weird with the painting,
Mm.
and then just saying "fuck yeah." So I protested. I protested my censorship.
Mm.
And they agreed. I got another email this evening saying your video has been no, yeah, we reviewed it.
And
You're not in breach.
fair use policy applies. Well, I
Oh
guess
well, I mean, I was just swearing.
if you're not like defaming the product.
We weren't doing anything. We're just like we were doing artwork and just being
Mm.
really excited, happy, and just saying "fuck yeah."
Yeah. And they were upset about it.
For briefly,
Mm.
well, whatever it was, a
This
day.
is definitely a talk is cheap background. This one, the chicken one, chicken with teeth.
Well, chicken have teeth.
Mm.
If
Tiny
you get up
ones.
close and
Yeah,
you get up close with chicken,
it's
and
micro teeth.
perfect for just serrating their way through anything,
Mm.
nor through bone.
What's up, Mr. Bear? Funny mood tonight.
What do you think is the toughest thing that a chicken can break through?
Nor through steel.
In it not get a chicken. What would a chicken have to be? What would a chicken have to be on to be able to gnaw through steel? Like, would
I
it
don't
be
know.
like
You'd be feeding it
boosted?
some sort of Peruvian marching powder or something, wouldn't you? It'd have to be some sort of Peruvian marching powder.
The marching powder.
Mm. Mm.
Poor things, man. Donkey, dead donkey.
Mm. I do like this one. This one's a good one. Yeah, because it's just a head.
I
Dude's
like the
head.
chickens.
Mm. Angry chickens.
Mm.
Angry chickens revenge.
Yeah, I mean, I like the scale of this big chicken. It's good. Like, it's just sort of it's a good mix.
Mm.
Some of the other ones were not so. I didn't find all of them.
They weren't all good. There was just a couple that
Mm.
were exceptional out of the chicken, angry chicken collection.
Yeah, like you've got yourself in this position. Hello, dog. Come on in. You need a little bit of attention, do you?
Animals on the other side wanting attention
Yeah.
too.
Come on, attention. Come here. You wanted some attention. He's gonna look after
Oh,
it.
it's like, hello.
Yeah. How are you?
Do you have
How are
treats? Do you have special treats for me tonight?
you? Oh, there's a lot of barking going, isn't there? Oh, I've lost it.
Yep, gone. There was no treats available.
Rafaro. Uh,
Mario spaghetti. It's good. Mario spaghetti was excellent.
uh, hang on. I got this dog situation.
Oh,
I don't know how I'm going to do it. It's just quiet. To your room. To room. Rafaro, to the bed. Bed. Hey, hush. Do you need my? Let me have a look. What's out there? Oh, it's Emmy. Okay, it's Emmy. It's Emmy Rafaro.
The other dog.
She. It's just Emmy Rafaro. Yeah, and a friend. You'll be just fine, you mob.
Hmm.
Come on, Marla. Yeah. Emmy will be home. Emmy's home, hey? Special pats and friends. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Little cuddles. The chicken that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
The chicken that keeps on giving. Water. Ah, come on. Oh, to your room. To your room. Well, or just chill out. Yeah, to your room. It's nicer in there. You got a whole bed you can just spread yourself out on. You're not going to get that in here.
Should we see
Ain't
the
your bitch.
the He-Man Trump? Should we put the He-Man Trump up or?
Yeah, well, I
That
mean,
that was a good background. Like it was just mighty.
well, it's quite a dominant image.
Mm.
They certainly they inspire conversation. When I see the Trump, of
I
course,
just think it
at some
because
point.
we were talking about him earlier that needed to have
It
that
seems reasonable.
had to have that representation, which is you know almighty figure.
Well, he says like that he feels like as fit as when he was 35, and if he
Mm.
didn't eat junk food, he'd live to 200.
Yeah.
I said I was going to live to 150. Like that's my goal. That's what I've always said. Trump's 200.
Mm.
Beats me.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
but
There's only like
if you go to 150 and he goes to 200, he'll still die before you anyway. So you know,
I'll
winning,
still I'll
winning.
still see the end of the era of
Yeah,
Trump,
that's
the
it.
reemergence of humanity from the
Two,
dark days.
the double the double century will be ending around the same, or pretty much around the same time, or just after you sort of expire. So be interesting to see the whole thing play out.
Yeah, yeah, the arc of the Trump, the,
Mm.
the arc of the arc of the. It
The arc
sounds
of
like a religious.
the arc of the triumph.
Oh, fuck, I don't know, man. Dude is a unit.
Mm.
He is
I
very
mean, he's a
clever.
big man. Like he's he is a unit. He's a big fella. He's not a little guy. And I'm not saying fat. I'm just saying he's big. You know,
Yeah,
seeing him in comparison to the other people this sort of deals with, he's a
I
big
think
man, not a little man.
he's yeah, he delivers well in his weird way.
Mm.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was what I was talking about yesterday, like watching it. His whole method is around having no, yeah, everything's got to be editable. You have to
Mm.
edit to get his,
Mm.
he only says like half of the thing,
Yeah.
and then he only says half of the thing again later,
Mm.
and then so you've got to like,
With all this colloquialism in between it.
yeah, just all spread out, and then the actual thing will be like not even, a second and a half of audio. It'll be just like, oh yeah, whatever. We're winning, totally winning.
Mm.
I said like that. Yes, he just he said the most outrageous shit. I mean, people. I mean, I'd say like if you ask somebody, surely,
Mm.
in where he said like they're going to increase taxes by 400%.
What? You want to go
They're
out
going to
again? Come on.
that
Come on, do you want to go back out?
I think if you ask the people, they would have
Want to
said
go back out,
he
mister?
didn't mean it literally.
Mm.
He meant that's how it's going to feel. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
They'd have some. There'd be some kind of
There
because you
we go.
stood there and you accepted it and you clapped. Like, what did you clap for?
Mm.
Like, so you've had to make something up.
Mm. Obviously meant something to them. Otherwise, they wouldn't be clapping, right?
That's right.
Mm. That's the way I always look at it. I mean, you don't clap unless it actually means something to you.
He, I think one thing that's you got. I'd give Trump is that he.
Definitely a showman. Like he's a
Well, he's
showman.
happy to be, but he's happy to be the king of the poor.
Yeah. Yep.
Like where he's not or whatever. Like he's just living it up.
Mm.
But he's happy to be the king of the poor.
Be their icon. Be the poor's
Mm.
icon. Be that mouthpiece for the poor.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the poor all imagine that they could sort of like,
Live vicariously through him
yeah,
as their
this
icon,
spokesperson.
spokesperson slash icon.
Of, he's very in touch
Mm.
with the homeless. You
Yeah.
know what? The van population
Mm.
of North America. How many people are doing van life in North America? I wonder.
There'd be a few.
Do you reckon it'll be like 100,000? Like, is it like a town?
Mm.
Estimated. Let's have a look.
Be worth checking.
Here we go. Let's have a look. Um, hi. What do you think? The an approximate. Is there an approximation? What would they be called? Van people in the
Uh,
United States,
van
America. Here we
life.
go.
Van life.
Yeah, I was thinking van life. Van. I just put van. Oh, was it van? Yeah, certainly. What?
Gypsies. Come under the category of gypsy.
What? 51% of people live in their van full time, and 49%. I must be within the. No. Um, mobile population.
Mm.
Mobile. $307 million, but that's
Wow.
like it actually means no. That means
That can't be right. I
the
mean, I
mobile
guess
phone,
that would probably.
mobile phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
But there'd
smartphone.
be a lot of people living in trailer parks too. You could think about that. That's also
Okay,
mobile.
how about that? How
What's
many
the
people live in trailer parks in the USA?
estimates.
20 million.
Go.
6% of the population are in trailer parks. Okay.
Bang.
How many homeless people?
Estimate.
Estimated. Yes.
Cheese girl.
$500,000.
Hmm.
Wow, so it's quite low compared to the band that just the trailer park people.
Hmm.
20 million. That's a half dime. And then it's like, so what would you call them? Like the grey nomads.
Transients?
Only grey nomad.
Possibly.
Yes.
Guess transient's not the right word.
Van life, thousands.
Hmm.
So that's like the fringe dwelling.
Yeah.
Basically, that's like the fringe of the
Mobile home. Maybe. How many people in
20
America live in
million.
mobile homes?
Or maybe how many mobile homes? How many mobile homes? There'll be some overlap.
Hmm.
Yes. Here we go. RVs.
Yeah.
About 4 million.
But
And trade it however.
that 4 million would be registered ones.
Yeah.
Hmm. Registered RVs. Count the ones that aren't registered.
They expected it to fall to 1.72 million by 2023 for some reason.
To drop.
Yeah. Ah,
I don't see how that would be possible, considering the amount of
no.
homeless people are out there.
It's very unlikely. Hmm. Ah. Is that new units being sold?
See, I would have put how many are currently living in RVs. How many people are currently?
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't know.
Yeah.
That was more it's units.
Maybe how many registered RVs are there?
That's what I put in. Oh,
Okay.
well registered RVs. I think, but I think it knows what to do. I know
Hmm.
it knows what a mobile. I think it knows mobile home slash RV. Like, I don't think it's going to give me a different figure.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Maybe how many people are living in their vehicles would have been the right question. How many homeless
Oh,
live in
well,
their
homeless.
vehicles? Yeah, how many homeless live in their vehicles?
Like modes of living
Hmm. How many
of the
transient
okay, hang on.
homeless and living in their vehicles?
Of the well, there's not many. There's only 500,000 homeless.
Hmm.
So the big crossover.
That seems like a really small number, considering that most cities are having problems with homeless.
Wow.
Perhaps it's
In
just
2020, December 2022.
underreported. If we take that number and times it by 10, it'd be probably closer to the real number. Hmm?
Well,
So
they say it's about.
they're always going to underreport it, aren't they?
I mean, how far can you underreport it though? Like an order of magnitude, like we're sort of like 0.5, and it's like actually like 5%. What do you say?
Hmm.
I don't know. This is a lot. I mean, 500,000. It's not okay. How many people? Well, for the trailer park, 20 million. That's one of their biggest cities. Like, isn't that like,
Hmm.
you know,
Like
New York or
Toronto or
whatever? Isn't it?
something.
Why isn't it New York? Wouldn't New York got 16 million or 20 million people?
Something like
There's
that. Yeah.
more trailer park people in America than there is people in New York.
York. Rise up, trailer park people, and take your country back.
Yeah, there's a leading group. I said they
Hmm.
have to be then.
Hmm. Actually, I'm not going to have another one. I'm going to have coffee instead.
Hmm.
I've had my fill of the apple ciders tonight.
Yeah.
Coffee time. Scruffy time. Scruffy don't do shit when it's scruffy time.
All scruffles.
That's it. Can't you see Scruffy looking at his pornos? Scruffy time. Scruffy. No. Scruffy time.
Okay. I nearly sent you
Mm.
a porn video today.
What?
I know it
That's
was that.
unlike you, Si. That's very
I know it's
unlike you.
super unlike me, man. But
Mm,
I
mm,
nearly
mm.
did. I was like, "Fuck, do I
I've
send
got
you
to send
this?"
him this.
This is like
I've got to send him this special Flipper Boy edition.
it's a Flipper Boy
Flipper
edition.
Boy,
Am I right?
he's a dirty.
So started with like this person being a pony,
Mm.
and so they were just prancing on the spot,
Oh, yep, yep.
like in a costume, like
Special
yeah, not with
bit of brony,
looking like very
action going on.
very cute,
Bit
like
of
yeah,
brony
definitely.
action. Yep.
And then they're like, and then in the associated videos
Mm.
is this person being like put into um like to pull a cart,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
and
the
then like
getting the
oh,
harness put on. Yep. Special harness
towing the
placings.
people around with the whip,
Yep.
like full next level. Like I was just like, wow, like I thought you'd appreciate like this full.
I've seen the ones where they've got the pictures of the girls in the gimp suits and they are the cart. Like they're the thing that the person's sitting on, and then there's someone in the front with the gimp suit on getting whipped, and then pulling the cart along with the dude sitting on the girls and whipping the front horse, drawing the
But
carted girls.
is the front
Well,
horse a horse?
the cart was girls. The horse at the front was a girl in a gimp suit with the harness and
All right,
everything on,
no, this was
pulling the dude that was sitting on the girls, which was the cart, and being pulled
a
along
dude being
with the
whipped to be a
wheels and
horse,
stuff. Yeah.
and then like the variants.
Mm,
This was a third dude like yeah being whipped and things and being humiliated as
yeah.
being the horse,
Yeah.
and then like made to do that and sort of pegged and whatever as
Mm-mm.
being whatever I don't know, and
Yeah.
I didn't like I couldn't quite see
Yeah. It
in a little tiny preview.
wasn't completely obvious.
No, and then he's like just being yeah made to like scurry along like through it was in a farmyard sort of scenario too,
Mm.
like so outdoor, get mistress across the ways, in a wheeled vehicle.
That's
So
it.
the vehicle was definitely like it was actually a sort of a
It wasn't
cart.
made of other people. It wasn't a vehicle made of
No,
people. No.
it was his own personal humiliation.
Mm.
Yeah, not just. I mean, even if it was
Well,
humiliation,
I've seen some
look,
TikTok.
he
I've
looked
seen some
humiliated.
TikTok videos where the guy's dressed up in the lady's outfit and with the leash on, and
Uh-huh.
the owner, the woman, was
Yeah.
ashing in the mouth. He was
Yeah.
the human
He was
ashtray.
the.
He was the human
Yep.
ashtray for her. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
And
But
then, questioned by someone who was filming. Oh, you don't mind me filming? No, no, no. Film him. He's a naughty boy. Like calling him a naughty
yeah.
boy, and then the person filming was asking him, do you mind being humiliated and treated this way? And he's like, no, no, I want it. He
Yes.
wanted it. He actually
The
wanted
wantings.
to be
I
humiliated
love
and
this, like the portal
wearing the
one.
dress and the collar and having the ash in the mouth, having to, open his mouth
Mm.
every time she wants to ash the cigarette. It seemed like two grown people and they're doing their thing. So, whatever your buzz is, I guess, if that's what you're into.
Yeah, if you like being
Mm, mm.
ashed in, I mean, that's
That
a
that's
thing.
your if that's your thing, then that's your thing. Consenting adults.
Mm.
Yep, no, I get that, but that's not my cup of tea personally. But yeah, I get that two consenting adults would do something like that. I bet I've seen much worse than that, and then people
Oh,
like going,
sure,
oh,
sure, sure, sure,
da 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 da
sure.
da, it's terrible, and I'm like thinking, no, no, that's not terrible. What I've seen is a lot more terrible than that. But this is tame in comparison. Very tame in comparison to some of the stuff that I've actually seen in the past. And
Mm.
well, if you want to see it stepped up by 1,000%, then definitely then you'll be shocked. There'll be a real shock value going on rather than just a human curiosity of such events. To say that let's just say that movies like the bring out the gimp, bring out the gimp.
Oh, a bit of Pulp Fiction.
Mm, mm. Just say real life kind of stuff of the Pulp Fiction scene, that particular scene.
That is
Not
a
me
trippy.
personally, but yes, but yes,
Oh,
been there to
it's
go
all been
well,
filmed now.
well, you know,
Final act of like giving to your family.
mm. I did like the fly of the aftermath, fly. That was pretty good. The post-apocalyptic world with the mutated fly dude. I thought they were pretty cool. All right, well we're coming up to the 3 hour mark, Si. What do you reckon? You
Are we really?
Yep. Have you had enough of the cheapenings tonight? Have you delivered your is your therapy complete? Is the question we've got to ask ourselves. Have you had enough
Oh well,
therapy for the evening?
it's I mean, it's good, isn't it? It's like
Hmm.
it's well, we go like through till like 11 or something like that. Like
What,
another
do another hour's
15 or
worth?
no, isn't it? Like oh
Oh,
no, I'm not,
11 to you. Yeah, do the 15 minutes and then round it off. Yeah,
something
to
like that. Maybe I don't know.
the full 3 hour mark. Yeah. Yeah, of course. I
But
mean,
that's nice as
I've
opposed to one.
still got plenty more meme pictures to
Oh,
pop up. Like it's just this
with
never ending plethora of
it was
memeage.
funny. Like, what did we do last week? It wasn't memes. It was something else. It was like, was it memes? No,
I
it was.
did like the Surfer Jesus ones. Like they were
Yeah, I did like the Surfer Jesus. Yeah,
Because there was the ones that we initially saw, and then there was this other couple that I sort of picked
Oh,
up afterwards, which were the riding the yellow seas,
savages.
actually riding the yellow seas, which was quite good. Yeah. Very well done. Very well done. Like the output on these. But what I did
Ah,
notice is a lot. I mean, a lot of the Jesus that they did have, he wasn't really that Galilean. You know what I mean? He was more the European
he,
Jesus.
he wasn't brown enough.
He was a bit too European for my liking.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like rather than
he wasn't
the true.
Palestinian.
Well, he wasn't the true olive that I was expecting. You know what I mean? Like wasn't the true olive Palestinian that I was expecting. You know the
Palestinian Jesus.
a true Galilean, as they would say. You know, didn't have that pigment of the
First
true.
prophet of the resistance.
Didn't have that true Galilean pigment to him.
Olive trees.
Mm. But there were some good ones. I like the ones with the shark planes as well. The shark planes was excellent. Fine one. Oh,
It's very
The Jesus in Monaro, man. They were awesome. Monaro Jesus, purple Monaro. You know
Purple Minara Jesus.
the magenta agenda
It's
Jesus.
very.
Mm.
It's like,
It
yeah,
was definitely
very
royal.
appropriate.
That was totally
Yeah,
royal.
royal.
Yeah, that
Just,
was mega royal with the magenta agenda going on. But I was asking a few people about, you know, if he was to come back, I mean,
yeah.
what would he be? Like he was a carpenter in his previous life, and if he
Mm,
was to return, I think he's got to be an electrician or a computer programmer or something like that. He wouldn't be a lawyer.
mm.
It'd be definitely something involved with computers and technology, I reckon. What do you reckon? Be like the next progression. You know?
Well, what was he about?
Well, meeting the people.
Mm,
So, I mean, what's the ultimate way of meeting the people these days?
yeah. What?
Communications
Mm.
specialist, definitely computers,
Meme.
some sort of computer and meme generation.
He's a meme. He's a memer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, he's saying Jesus starts in 4chan.
Mm, yeah.
Maybe Jesus actually is like was like is is that what was that crazy service? Not the anonymous. What was the
mm.
what do they call themselves? The that was doing all those American alleged drops
Oh,
over
the
the
red
last
hats and stuff, white hats.
during the Trump. No,
Anon,
oh, that's but you're QAnon.
QAnon. He is actually the head of QAnon. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but no.
No.
I think that was I think that the I think I've listened to the story that pretty much tells the QAnon story.
Mm,
And yeah, I mean the thing is, and I mean we've neither of us have done anything to that degree in the slightest, but
no.
you can see how like the social hacking of that is getting into a place. Just right time, level of fear and perversion, you know.
Mm, mm.
Uh, I love the Jesus sort of
Airline,
the religious airline,
religious airline, meme
Christian
delivery.
airline.
Mm,
It'd be interesting to see like the airlines, but in different ways. Like say like this, they showed the Christian ones,
mm.
the same series of like I don't know, sort of Shinto or um, Buddhist or
The Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas collection was awesome.
uh,
Did you like
yeah.
them or did you?
Well, yeah, but they were just a bit cliched.
Yeah.
Like this is a bit original. I've never even thought to see like airline Jesus, like
Mm, mm.
but
Coming with
you know,
in the clouds and stuff as they were flying and stuff.
fear and loathing with like
Mm.
Jesus and the devil is like, of course, it's almost what it's meant to be.
But the shark planes was pretty good. Like the shark planes and the explosions and stuff. That was excellent. Hang on,
The what?
I'll get out of the way. I'll get us out of the way so you can see. It'll come up in a sec.
Shark planes.
Mm. Shark and whale planes. It was just awesome.
Other. Sure. The so it's
Riding that tidal wave in,
so
you
fucking
know,
good, hey? It's like,
end of the world tidal wave coming in.
and it's his bros, like his superhero
Yeah,
bros.
yeah,
It's like Mary Magdalene and stuff, is it? I
that's
don't
it.
know. Shrek.
She's on her own board and Shrek's in there. He's doing his bit. Sharknado going on.
But are the sharks like? I don't know. They seem like they're on board.
Mm,
They're just part of the team.
that's it. Hit 'em high, hit
I
'em
mean,
low.
either that Jesus and that come in for like to do like the low level bash, and
Mm-hmm.
then the sharks like come in on top. It's like a tag team.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
the old good old 1-2.
I always knew there was something suspicious about sharks.
Hmm.
Now, fucking Christianity. That's why they're
There's
trying
the
to get
other
us to
one
make
too.
laser sharks. They want
Hmm.
us to have laser sharks. Those bloody sharks.
Sharks with freaking lasers on their heads.
Yeah, that's their goal.
Hmm.
We thought that up, but it's this sort of like cute, like disarming, you know, facade that they put up
Hmm.
that makes us like come up with these crazy ideas.
Yeah.
And now that's it. They're like, that's it. That's the path to our resurrection.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to say sorry to all my ancestors.
I actually prefer this one.
Yeah, it was better, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He seemed like he seemed angry, but not as angry as the other one. But there was some good DJ ones too. Like I don't think, did I show you the DJ ones?
Jesus DJ.
Oh, Master DJ, not just any
Oh, I
DJ.
saw the one with yeah. I think you did. It was one with like said Mary on microphone.
Yeah, yeah, doing the rap. He's on the
Excellent.
deck. He's on the decks. Jesus on the decks.
It's true. playing to the masses,
Mm.
giving them their bread.
That's it. Bread and fishes afterwards. After the set. I love this one because it's like the Rastafarian version. He's definitely got the pigment that I would expect.
Oh,
And and and
the more
he's
accurate
even
Jesus.
that's it. And he's even got the dreads going. Rastafarian dreads. And Mary's more she's definitely got the pigment and the whole Rastafarian thing. She even got the hat on.
Oh yeah.
Rasta hat.
Oh, that's cool.
Like that's more believable to me. That
Yeah.
if I saw him like that, I'd be like, yeah, that's him. He's the man.
Yeah.
Praise be. Praise be the Father, Son, and the Holy Goat.
Coffee and bean.
Mm,
Bean and the goat. Goat and bean. Goat beans.
best kind.
Extracted, only nibbled by the finest goats,
Mm.
then carted up the mountains in the bellies, agitated, just rocked. Special rockings.
Mm.
And excreted in like at high altitude, and then it's just like left
Mm.
it
Cleaned,
kind of.
and then dried once more to get that extra flavor in. Pre-processed flavorings.
Lock in that true, like yeah.
Lock it in.
What? Oh, hello, you're a big cockroach.
Mm.
What do you want to do? You don't usually want to fly around.
Mm.
It's been agitated. You gonna come over this way or what? Gonna go outside?
All right. Well, there's your rounded off 3 hours, brother.
Oh well.
Mm.
Okay.
I think it was a good set.
3 hours is good. I'll
Mm.
reduce it down to an hour and a half.
Mm. Started off with
Easy.
the wizardry beginning and ended up with the religious Rastafarian endings, man.
Rasta.
True Rasta, you know. Ion, Lion, Zion, bro.
Ion. Do you
Lion,
know it's amazing when you
Zion.
actually watch a cockroach in full modality, like when
Mm.
it's just being full
Doing its
self.
thing, being the
Yeah,
cockroach.
and the way that they look around is more like a sort of a dog.
Yeah, they've got that
You
whole
know, they
yeah,
actually
yeah.
can move their whole front, like they look
Mm mm
around,
mm mm. Mm.
and they move their head about, have a bit of a look about.
That's it.
Come on, let you out, bud.
Come on, stay in with Psy. Exit via the portal.
Portal.
Via the portals. Free, be free. Free with your other brothers,
Yeah,
sisters.
you've probably been inside. Maybe
Mm.
you came from the other window. Who knows?
Most of ours come in through the garage because there's over top of the roller door and then under the big space underneath the garage door, about an inch and a half. I mean, the rats could walk in there quite easily. Haven't had many vermin
No,
inside,
no.
luckily.
How's so over at the younglings'
Mm.
abode that they share? You know,
Yep.
with the so where the Radices live, the
Mm.
friends,
Mm.
3 friends.
Yep.
There's that, and then in the corner there, because there's like now rat food and stuff there,
Mm.
the cockroaches have eaten through the floor.
To get to the special rat food.
They've made a hole that allows them to get through.
Hmm.
Ate through the floor. And I was just like, oh yeah, we could get something like. I just said, there's no point. We're gonna kill 4 of them, 8 of them. I said, like, you could kill like 1,000, and it would make no difference. I said, this
Yeah.
whole dwelling, every
Hmm.
wall, outside. I said,
Well,
like
I
the
feel bad
whole
today because
yard.
I had to eliminate some
It's just,
wasps. Paper wasps had started building
yeah.
a humongous nest just outside the doorway in the back.
Oh, had
And
they?
regretfully, when I sprayed them to eliminate them,
Oh,
so
what with
it's
fire
the
or
only
what?
way. But the spray accidentally hit the golden orb, but it built that beautiful big web.
Oh no,
Yeah, so
no.
like there was a
Punished.
casualty,
Oh,
an unwanted casualty, which was the golden orb. She was all curled up, and I walked back out, and I went, "Oh no! Didn't mean to get you involved in this chemical warfare. I only wanted to eliminate them."
yeah, because they
But
just keep building if they've got a safe place.
well, but it was getting big, and I was like, no, like I was happy while it was only small, like when there's only just a couple of you, but now that you're in the
Yeah,
the double digits, that it's
yeah,
getting
right.
a little bit to that point where I can't allow you to continue building your home there. It just it's not going to be conducive
Mm. I had
for
to help a
good
wasp
interactions
learn.
if you've got the more than double digit numbers for your friends.
I had to help a wasp outside a few times a day at the younglings. Just give it a old push.
Hmm.
And it was resistant. It was like, and I'm like, yeah, well, it's just, no, I'm not, it's all good. And everyone's like, it's just interesting. Like people like go with you don't have to try and grab it, but
Hmm. But just sort of
you can have an
give
intelligent resistance with it. And it's like, I want to
give
get
it
past. And you're
the
like, you're not coming
wavings,
past. You got to go out.
the
That's it. You just
wavings.
direct
Yeah.
them the way, this way, going that
You
way.
need to exit
It's like,
via that
yeah,
doing the waving towards where you want them to go.
yes, that's
So
it.
that's
Corral.
it's like the the guy that
Right.
waves those little light beams when the aircraft comes in. The guidance dude stands on the runway and does the light guidance for the pilots as they bring the aircraft in. Very similar to that.
That's it, basically. Yeah.
Motioning towards where you wish them to go, and then
Yeah,
they
create
follow.
the push.
Yeah,
It's like also like, yeah, helping
building
when you're
that
like,
path of least resistance for them.
mm,
So they don't like being forced, but if you give the path of least resistance, then
yes,
they will definitely take it.
taking.
All right, do pretty well. I'm feeling very satisfied with my
Mm-hmm.
cheapening session.
Once you've
Just gonna hit
turned off the feeds and the various stop the things,
stopping the stream now, which will take about 30
stopping the stream.
seconds to show up.
Yeah.
Data stream will end shortly. Should restart your streaming software. And that one is but I'll do a bit more work on the start and the finish intro.
That was fun with
The special.
if we had us like full with just our faces like big and us doing that, and then
Just the
we
nodding,
edit us,
and then have
us doing the nodding.
the sexy sax going in the background. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think that would work. That would work.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. I'd do that. Let's try that. That'd be good.
Do that before the next
Yeah.
next cheapenings. Right. Do now.